Hello, my friend. I'll tell you an incredible story about a small town whose residents became accustomed to living without time. Together, we'll follow the townspeople on their journey from absolute timelessness to understanding just how important and valuable every second of our lives truly is. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and be sure to write in the comments what city you're from and what time it is right now. Thank you, and let's begin. Hidden among gently rolling hills and dense patches of ancient forest lay the quaint town of Greendale. It was the sort of place that escaped notice, unmarked on most maps, overlooked by travelers who sped by along busier roads. And the townsfolk preferred it that way. For generations, Greendale thrived in quiet anonymity, cocooned in tranquility and timelessness. The town was small, cozy, and picturesque, with winding cobblestone streets that whispered gently beneath the feet of those who strolled along them. Neat rows of brick cottages, each adorned with ivy and blooming flower gardens, stood side by side, radiating warmth and comfort. At the heart of the village was a stone-paved square, home to an ancient oak whose branches stretched protectively over the community fountain, a meeting place for locals, where gossip mingled comfortably with the rustle of leaves and murmuring water. Life moved slowly in Greendale, following the rhythm of seasons rather than the relentless march of hours and minutes. It was the kind of place where bakeries opened precisely when the first rays of morning sun touched the rooftops, and shops quietly closed when the evening shadows lengthened across the streets. Nobody hurried, because in Greendale there was always enough time. The townspeople knew one another well. Generations had grown up side by side, children becoming adults beneath the watchful eyes of their elders. Each resident played their small but significant role. Mrs. Abigail Foster managed the village bakery, famous for pies that filled the air with warm aromas of apple and cinnamon. Mr. Rupert Hayes, a gentleman with graying temples and round glasses perched atop his nose, ran the town's modest library, an oasis of peace stacked high with aged books whose pages were tinged with nostalgia. Then there was the mayor, George Walton, a kindly man in his early 60s, beloved for his fairness and wisdom. He governed Greendale less as a politician and more like a caring patriarch overseeing a family gathering, ensuring peace and harmony flourished in every household. Mayor Walton's wife, Margaret, was known for her extensive garden, a colorful patchwork that drew visitors from neighboring villages each spring to marvel at its beauty. Children roamed the fields, laughing as they chased butterflies or picked berries from bushes heavy with fruit. Education came informally, often outdoors beneath a towering willow by the river, taught by Miss Eleanor Ward, whose gentle voice carried wisdom like the river carried currents, soft, persistent, unstoppable. Evenings in Greendale were particularly serene. Families gathered around dinner tables illuminated by candlelight and oil lamps, exchanging stories of the day with easy laughter. Later, some villagers might wander toward the square, where musicians softly strummed guitars or played harmonicas beneath the stars. Others sat quietly on porches, knitting, reading, or simply breathing in the evening air, listening to the symphony of crickets and frogs singing gently from the nearby woods. Nature embraced Greendale lovingly. Fields rolled out from its edges, patterned by wheat, barley, and sunflowers, waving golden greetings to anyone who passed. To the east lay vast orchards, where apples grew heavy and plums ripened sweetly, tended meticulously by the townspeople. Forest paths invited quiet walks, dappled by sunlight filtering through a leafy canopy. At the edge of the woods, a tranquil lake stretched out lazily, reflecting clouds that drifted idly across an ever-serene sky. Despite its peaceful exterior, Greendale held its mysteries. Elders sometimes whispered of strange events in the town's distant past, long-forgotten tales now reduced to bedtime stories intended more for amusement than genuine warning. Occasionally, people discovered peculiar relics, ancient pottery fragments, or weathered coins inscribed in languages no one could read, reminding the villagers that Greendale's roots ran deeper than memory. But these oddities were usually dismissed, shrugged away as simple quirks of a place that proudly resisted change. Indeed, it seemed as if the town existed in gentle defiance of progress and modernization, carefully preserving the simplicity and peace it cherished. The passage of time was noticed, but seldom remarked upon. Birthdays and anniversaries came and went with modest celebrations, quietly marking the milestones of a life lived simply and happily. But for the most part, residents measured their days by small, meaningful moments, like the blooming of Margaret Walton's roses or the first snowfall blanketing the rooftops, rather than by numbers on clocks or calendars. This was Greendale's charm, and, perhaps unknowingly, its power. The peaceful rhythm, the quiet heartbeat that pulsed steadily beneath the surface, lulling its inhabitants into an idyllic sense of permanence. Generations rose and fell under the spell of this rhythm, each blissfully unaware that something deep within the town was preparing to alter their gentle way of life forever. For now, though, Greendale slept quietly beneath the vast dome of the night sky. Stars shimmered gently above rooftops, the moon casting a silvery sheen upon streets empty and still. In homes, families rested peacefully, unaware that soon an event would shatter their timeless existence. Tomorrow would come, bringing with it a strange and subtle change. But tonight, Greendale remained as it always had, quiet, peaceful, and gently oblivious to the tides of time. The morning arrived gently, as it always did in Greendale. The sun rose slowly over the eastern hills, casting golden ribbons of light onto sleepy rooftops and cobblestone streets. Birds sang their usual greetings, and a cool breeze whispered softly through the village, rustling leaves and stirring curtains through open windows. Inside the cottage of Abigail Foster, the town baker, the first unusual discovery of the day occurred. Abigail, accustomed to waking precisely at sunrise, instinctively glanced toward her old wooden clock that hung above the kitchen hearth. It had been there since her grandmother's time, ticking quietly and faithfully through decades. This morning, however, Abigail's eyes fell upon an empty space. She stood bewildered, staring at the blank patch of wall as if the absence were an illusion or a trick played by the early morning light. Puzzled, she scanned the room, wondering if she had absent-mindedly moved the clock while cleaning, but it was nowhere to be found. Confused but with bread waiting to rise, Abigail resolved to investigate later and stepped outside to begin her morning routine. Across town, Rupert Hayes opened the door to his beloved library, keys jingling softly in his hand. Rupert, always punctual, had relied on a grandfather clock standing solemnly at the end of the main aisle. Yet today, as his gaze traveled down the row of bookshelves lined with old, leather-bound volumes, he noticed with a jolt that the grandfather clock had vanished. Only faint outlines in the dust indicated its former place. Bewilderment slowly spread across Greendale. Mayor Walton noticed the absence of the antique wall clock in his study as he sat down to write his morning letters. Margaret Walton, on her way to the garden, saw that the bronze sundial, which had decorated the courtyard for as long as anyone could remember, was mysteriously gone. Even Miss Eleanor Ward found the pocket watch, a cherished heirloom from her father, missing from the desk drawer where it always rested. The initial confusion soon gave way to quiet amusement. Greendale was not a place prone to panic or alarm. Rather, residents met strange occurrences with curiosity and good humor. Neighbors stood on street corners and front porches, exchanging gentle laughter and speculations about the sudden disappearance of their clocks. Many jokingly suggested it might be some mischievous prank orchestrated by the village children, who gleefully denied involvement. Still, the day continued with a sense of quiet perplexity. Shops opened slightly later than usual. Work began when people felt ready rather than at specific hours. Abigail baked without her clock, relying instead on intuition, the aroma and color of her pastries guiding her timing. Rupert opened the library when the morning felt suitably bright, and readers wandered in casually, unconcerned about any particular schedule. Despite the disappearance of every clock, watch, and timepiece, including those tucked away in drawers and attics, life in Greendale flowed onward in its usual tranquil manner. The rhythm of the town had always been guided more by the sun and seasons, rather than mechanical devices, so the absence of clocks seemed oddly fitting rather than disturbing. However, beneath their outward calm, each villager privately pondered this curious occurrence. Mayor Walton, ever practical and responsible, gathered the townspeople in the village square to discuss the situation, half smiling at the absurdity of it all. He gently assured everyone that surely there must be a rational explanation. Perhaps a mischievous visitor, or even a very clever thief from another village. Still, nobody could recall seeing any strangers lately, nor had there been unusual sounds or signs of intrusion during the night. The discussion dissolved into a relaxed and pleasant gathering, almost a festival atmosphere, as townsfolk realized there was little immediate harm in the absence of their clocks. Children played near the old oak tree in the square, delighted by the unusual excitement, while adults shared anecdotes of life before clocks had governed their routines so strictly. That evening, with the clocks still missing, Greendale settled into a more profound quiet. Families gathered for supper by instinct rather than the chiming of bells, noticing how natural it felt to live without mechanical reminders. Conversations lingered longer, laughter flowed more freely, and bedtime arrived when bodies felt tired, rather than when hands pointed to predetermined hours. Mayor Walton sat thoughtfully on his porch, contemplating this strange development. He felt a mild, nagging unease beneath the peaceful facade of the town's reaction, something he couldn't quite articulate, a faint whisper in his consciousness, warning that this was more than a whimsical prank or simple theft. He glanced toward Margaret, who hummed softly, her knitting needles clicking gently in the waning twilight. "Strange, isn't it?" he asked quietly. Margaret paused her knitting, gazing out at the darkening sky thoughtfully before responding gently. "Yes, but perhaps we've relied too heavily on clocks. This could be a reminder to live by our hearts and senses again." George smiled softly, comforted by her serene perspective. Yet something inside him felt different now, subtly altered by this event, an invisible thread tugging at the fabric of the village he loved so deeply. Night fell quietly over Greendale, softer somehow, without the distant ticking and gentle chimes of clocks. In their beds, beneath warm quilts, villagers drifted off to sleep peacefully, as always, but with one subtle change. For the first time, none could say with certainty exactly when they fell asleep or how long they dreamed. Time had quietly loosened its grip, and no one yet realized how profoundly that would alter their lives. Outside, beneath a canopy of stars, Greendale rested, as silent and timeless as the hills around it, unaware that this strange day was merely the beginning of something far greater. In the days following the mysterious disappearance of every clock and calendar in Greendale, the townspeople gradually adapted to life without measurable time. Initially, their rhythm felt slightly disrupted, like a heartbeat skipping unexpectedly. But soon enough, everyone found comfort in trusting their instincts and the natural signs that surrounded them. At first, practical issues emerged. Without clocks, the baker Abigail Foster worried her loaves would burn, or her pies would be undercooked. Yet, she soon discovered a hidden skill she hadn't known she possessed: the intuition of knowing exactly when the bread was ready by scent alone. Gradually, Abigail's bakery became even more renowned than before. Her pastries tasted richer, her pies more flavorful, as though baked with newfound freedom rather than timed precision. Similarly, Rupert Hayes found his library welcoming visitors at their leisure. With no formal opening hours, residents began to wander in and out at their convenience. Rupert noticed, somewhat bemused, how readers lingered more, savoring each page instead of rushing to meet schedules. He took pleasure in seeing neighbors sitting quietly, lost deeply in thought, turning pages unhurriedly beneath streams of sunlight that stretched languidly through tall windows. For Mayor Walton, governing a timeless town posed unique challenges. Previously precise council meetings became casual, informal gatherings beneath the old oak tree in the square. Decisions were no longer rushed, discussions flowed calmly without pressure, and community disputes, always minor in Greendale, resolved themselves almost naturally, without urgency. Gradually, Walton felt a curious sense of relief in this newfound absence of strict structure, as if an invisible weight had been lifted from his shoulders. Margaret Walton delighted in gardening without watching the clock. Her flowers blossomed vibrantly as she moved intuitively with nature's rhythm. Visitors remarked that the garden had never been more beautiful. Margaret merely smiled, knowing it was because she now followed the subtle cues of nature rather than arbitrary hours. Miss Eleanor Ward's school lessons transformed as well. Without a clock to signal lesson changes, Eleanor conducted classes by observing the children's energy and curiosity. Lessons beneath the willow by the river often extended until the children naturally felt tired, leading to richer discussions and deeper engagement. The children flourished in this timeless learning, their minds becoming freer, more imaginative. As weeks passed unnoticed, the concept of hours, minutes, and days began slipping quietly from the villagers' consciousness. Life adjusted naturally around sunlight and moonrise. Days began with birdsong, and evenings ended with gentle darkness, rather than the sound of bells or ticking clocks. Seasons were noted not by dates, but by the arrival of migratory birds, the bloom of certain flowers, or the gentle chill in the morning air. Yet despite their growing comfort, residents occasionally wondered about their peculiar circumstances. Late in the evenings, neighbors chatted quietly on porches, softly speculating about the mysterious disappearance of the clocks. They questioned who or what could have removed them, and, more curiously, why none of them felt compelled to urgently retrieve these items. Visitors from neighboring towns, rare as they were, brought tales of hurried, stressful lives governed strictly by clocks. Residents of Greendale listened politely, but increasingly viewed outsiders with mild puzzlement. It felt as though the travelers belonged to another world, an oddly frantic and mechanical place alien to their own serene existence. Without the passage of measured time, residents also noted subtle physical changes. Children seemed perpetually youthful, with boundless energy. Elders felt stronger, healthier. Faces, once gently lined by worry and urgency, softened peacefully, as if years had ceased to accumulate. Although villagers noticed these oddities, they dismissed them easily, attributing changes to fresh air, good rest, and wholesome living. Nature itself appeared brighter and more vivid. Birds sang clearer melodies, the forest breathed more deeply, and the lake mirrored the sky more perfectly. Life was not merely lived, but felt more deeply in each simple action. Tasting freshly baked bread, walking barefoot through morning dew, or quietly reading under sunlight that lingered without counting. Mayor Walton alone maintained a quiet vigilance. Beneath his calm exterior, an intuition nagged gently at him, that their timeless peace, though pleasant, concealed an inexplicable anomaly. Occasionally, he walked to the lake's edge, staring thoughtfully across its glassy surface, feeling that somewhere beneath its tranquil waters, or hidden among dense forest paths, lay an answer he wasn't yet prepared to confront. But the villagers grew increasingly content, their lives unfolding peacefully in a continuous present, untouched by anxiety or haste. Even memories of clocks began fading softly into gentle nostalgia, as if the devices had belonged to an old tale, charming but entirely unnecessary. One evening, beneath a sky splashed with stars, the villagers gathered spontaneously in the square. They shared stories, songs, laughter, and simple foods, celebrating nothing in particular, yet somehow everything at once: their unity, happiness, and collective relief from schedules that had unknowingly burdened them. Later that night, as the village slept soundly in their beds, Mayor Walton remained awake, gazing thoughtfully out the window. He pondered the possibility that this strange event might not be a theft or accident, but rather a gift, though he was unsure from whom or for what purpose. Still, despite his subtle unease, even Walton admitted to himself that he felt more peaceful and content now than ever before. As the moon bathed Greendale in silver quietude, the village rested gently, accepting timelessness not as a burden, but as a gentle embrace. Unknowingly, they crossed an invisible threshold, stepping from their previous existence into a calm, continuous present, unaware that their lives had begun to shift towards something entirely new, unbound by the limits of hours, minutes, or days. Weeks stretched into months, or at least it felt that way to the inhabitants of Greendale, though precise measurements of time had quietly slipped beyond their grasp. With the disappearance of every clock and calendar, the concept of days, weeks, or even years had faded gently into irrelevance. Life unfolded in an eternal, comfortable present, without urgency or worry. Initially, no one noticed anything beyond their newfound peace. The village had grown accustomed to life without formal boundaries. The sun rose and set, and the villagers moved through life naturally, guided only by instinct and the simple beauty of existence itself. Children played freely, adults worked leisurely, and elders moved through their days with renewed vigor and contentment. But gradually, subtle anomalies became more apparent, gently revealing themselves in whispered conversations around dinner tables or in quiet talks under starry skies. Abigail Foster, the town baker, noticed one evening while cleaning flour from her hands that her reflection in the old copper mirror looked exactly the same as it had what felt like months or perhaps years ago. There were no new lines around her eyes, no signs of aging at all. She studied her face closely, feeling both amused and puzzled. Eventually, she shrugged it off as merely a trick of the evening light. However, Abigail was not alone. Rupert Hayes, while sorting books one calm afternoon, found a photograph tucked into an old novel. The image showed him clearly, standing proudly in front of the library on the day it first opened. Curiously, Rupert realized that he had not changed at all from that moment to this, despite it surely being long ago. His face was identical, his posture unchanged, and even his eyes held the same gentle curiosity. Slowly, the townsfolk began sharing similar experiences. Families noticed children who seemed to remain perpetually the same age, neither growing taller nor changing in appearance. Elders who previously suffered from aching bones and weak eyesight found themselves stronger, their vision clear, and movements easy and painless. Mayor Walton, already well into his 60s when the clocks disappeared, felt younger and stronger each day, finding himself capable of long walks without fatigue. Initially, villagers reacted to these revelations with amused disbelief, dismissing them as oddities or simple imagination. But as conversations deepened, they collectively acknowledged the undeniable truth. Greendale and its inhabitants were no longer aging. Despite this extraordinary development, the town remained curiously calm. Villagers gathered in the square beneath the ancient oak to discuss this gently startling phenomenon. Rather than alarm, the predominant feeling was curiosity, tinged with quiet amusement. Residents shared their experiences openly, each confirming the shared reality of their timeless existence. Eleanor Ward, the gentle schoolteacher, expressed the thoughts of many. "Perhaps this is a gift," she said softly, her voice echoing gently under the tree's branches. "We have been granted endless moments to cherish life as it unfolds. Maybe we should simply accept it." Her words resonated warmly with most residents, who saw this strange situation not as a threat, but as an unexpected blessing. Children laughed gleefully, thrilled by the possibility of endless summers and boundless adventures. Adults, relieved from the worry of aging and its limitations, felt liberated and rejuvenated. Elders, most of all, found profound relief in their newfound vitality, free from pain or the fear of growing frail. However, amidst general acceptance, Mayor Walton privately felt a deeper unease. He could not fully dismiss the unusual circumstances as mere good fortune. He often walked alone by the lake at dusk, reflecting on what it meant for life to lose its natural progression. Although he appreciated the benefits of timelessness, he worried about what might be sacrificed in exchange. The meaningfulness that arose from life's impermanence. Yet even he could not deny the joy this timeless existence brought to Greendale. Life continued gently, seamlessly. Harvests remained plentiful, fruit trees continued blossoming abundantly, and nature seemed complicit in this eternal harmony. Birds sang freely, animals thrived, and even seasons passed smoothly from one to another, though no one could precisely measure their transitions. The village became subtly disconnected from the world beyond its quiet borders. Travelers from other towns, though rare, appeared increasingly confused by Greendale's residents. They remarked softly to each other that the people seemed untouched by age, as though preserved within some unseen protective bubble. Eventually, these travelers came less frequently, perhaps instinctively sensing that Greendale belonged now to another reality entirely. Yet villagers felt little concern about this gentle isolation. Their happiness and peace deepened, free from external influence and untroubled by comparisons to worlds measured by clocks and calendars. Each moment felt fresh, rich, and vibrant. Without the shadow of time looming, villagers lived more fully, more genuinely, as if every experience carried the gentle beauty of eternity within it. Still, Mayor Walton's private reflections deepened. One quiet evening, sitting beside his wife Margaret, he voiced his gentle doubts. "Do you wonder if we've lost something precious, Margaret? Perhaps the very essence of life lies in its fleetingness?" Margaret smiled gently, placing a comforting hand on his arm. "Maybe so. she replied softly, gazing out toward the village bathed in moonlight. "But perhaps we've gained something even more precious, the chance to cherish each moment without fear." George Walton nodded thoughtfully, comforted, yet still cautious, recognizing that Greendale stood at a profound crossroads. For now, he would wait and watch carefully, trusting in the wisdom of time, even if time itself no longer seemed present. And thus, beneath a sky endlessly scattered with stars, Greendale rested softly, its people now gently aware of the timeless state in which they existed, quietly pondering its implications while embracing the eternal beauty of an unaging world. They did not yet realize how deeply this shift would reshape their very sense of self, purpose, and meaning. For now, they simply lived, softly wrapped in the gentle embrace of timelessness. Life in Greendale had quietly settled into its timeless rhythm, unburdened by clocks, calendars, or even the gentle passage of age. The villagers moved gracefully through an existence unmarred by anxiety, their days merging seamlessly into an endless stream of peaceful moments. Yet, despite the serenity enveloping the village, an event soon occurred that gently disrupted the villagers' newfound equilibrium. One calm morning, as the sun gently bathed Greendale in warm, golden hues, a figure appeared on the road leading into town. The stranger approached slowly, following the winding path that rarely brought outsiders to their secluded community. From their porches and windows, villagers paused, curious about the newcomer who now stood silhouetted against the morning sun. He was a man in his late 30s, tall and lean, wearing clothes oddly formal, yet noticeably worn by travel. His brown leather coat bore the marks of long journeys, and he carried a small bag slung casually over his shoulder. What captured everyone's attention, however, was the silver pocket watch dangling openly from his vest, a sight that immediately rekindled memories long faded into vague nostalgia. Villagers gathered quietly, intrigued yet cautious, as the stranger reached the town square, his footsteps echoing softly on the cobblestones. Mayor Walton, sensing his community's gentle curiosity, stepped forward to greet the visitor warmly. "Welcome to Greendale," Walton said kindly, extending his hand. "We don't often receive visitors here. May we ask your name and purpose?" The man smiled gently, his eyes revealing quiet intelligence mixed with subtle exhaustion. "My name is Henry Aldridge," he replied, his voice calm and measured. "I am a traveler, perhaps something of a scholar. I've heard intriguing rumors about your town, and curiosity brought me here." Mayor Walton nodded politely, though inwardly his instincts sharpened at the mention of rumors. Greendale had always been quiet, unnoticed, and seldom discussed by outsiders. What could this traveler possibly have heard? Henry noticed the villagers gazing intently at his pocket watch, its silver casing reflecting sunlight like a small beacon. He lifted it gently, as if recognizing its significance. "Ah, this. Is it unusual here?" Walton smiled softly. "We haven't seen a clock or watch in quite some time. They've all mysteriously vanished. It appears we're living beyond measurable time." Henry's eyes widened slightly, intrigued. "Fascinating. I'd heard something along those lines, though I scarcely believed it could be true." "Please," Walton continued gently, "we welcome you to stay a while. Perhaps you can share stories of your travels." Villagers relaxed at the mayor's invitation, their initial wariness giving way to gentle curiosity. Over the following days, Henry Aldridge quickly became a fascinating presence in Greendale. He joined in simple village life, sharing meals, strolling through gardens, and engaging in thoughtful conversations beneath the old oak. Yet, despite his pleasant demeanor, villagers noticed subtle differences. Henry moved with purpose, his movements subtly hurried, as though driven by an internal clock he couldn't silence. Most strikingly, his watch remained constantly in hand, its gentle ticking audible to those nearby, an alien sound within the timeless silence of Greendale. Some villagers felt an odd tension in its rhythmic ticking, as if it disrupted the town's quiet flow. Yet, curiosity about Henry overcame any discomfort, as his presence brought a freshness the villagers hadn't realized they missed. In quiet evening gatherings, Henry shared stories of distant places governed entirely by clocks and schedules, of cities perpetually bustling, and societies always racing toward the future. The villagers listened politely but struggled to imagine living under such constraints, grateful instead for the calm harmony they enjoyed. One evening, as the moon cast a gentle silver glow across the village, Henry sat thoughtfully beside Mayor Walton and Margaret beneath the oak tree. He seemed hesitant, as though weighing words carefully. Eventually, he spoke softly, almost apologetically. "I've traveled far," he began, gazing into the distance. "I've seen towns vanish, memories fade, and entire histories lost. But Greendale puzzles me deeply. Your timeless existence, it feels almost unnatural, yet strangely beautiful. Tell me, do none of you ever feel trapped in this endless present?" Mayor Walton regarded him thoughtfully. "Perhaps some might," he admitted gently. "But most find freedom in our timelessness. Without clocks, we've rediscovered a simple joy in merely existing." Henry nodded slowly, considering Walton's words carefully. "Yet, time grants meaning," he countered softly. "It shapes memories, births ambitions, and makes moments precious. Without the passing of time, aren't your lives simply drifting?" Margaret smiled warmly, answering before her husband could respond. "Our moments are rich precisely because we live them fully, without rushing or measuring them. Isn't that meaningful enough?" Henry looked at his pocket watch, suddenly conflicted. "Perhaps," he murmured, "though I can't help but wonder if something fundamental might be lost here." His words lingered quietly between them. Walton felt a familiar unease, recognizing the truth beneath Henry's words. He glanced toward Margaret, sensing she felt differently. That for her and most villagers, timelessness remained purely a blessing. In the days that followed, Henry quietly observed the villagers. Though he admired their serenity, he privately recorded details in a worn journal, noting peculiarities about Greendale, its perpetual state of youth, the absence of change, the way nature itself seemed complicit in suspending time. Each observation deepened his suspicion that the town held a deeper mystery than mere vanished clocks. Yet, despite his doubts, Henry felt a gentle peace envelop him. Gradually, he found himself moving slower, his internal urgency diminishing, as if Greendale's tranquility were softly drawing him in. His watch, though still ticking, began feeling oddly heavy in his hand, its rhythm intrusive and unsettling. One quiet night, standing alone by the moonlit lake, Henry considered discarding the watch, casting it into the peaceful waters. Yet something held him back, a quiet instinct whispering that this watch, symbolizing time itself, might be the key to understanding Greendale's profound secret. Returning slowly toward the village, Henry knew he faced a gentle but profound decision. Embrace timelessness, or uncover the truth that might forever alter this peaceful haven. Unknowingly, his arrival had quietly set events in motion, drawing Greendale closer to confronting the mystery of its timeless existence. After several days in Greendale, Henry Aldridge found himself deeply immersed in the village's tranquil rhythm. Yet, beneath his gentle participation in community life, an unshakable curiosity stirred. The ticking pocket watch felt increasingly alien in his hand, its rhythmic pulse starkly contrasting the timeless silence surrounding him. Still, he held onto it tightly, sensing its importance in uncovering Greendale's secrets. One afternoon, as sunlight filtered gently through the trees lining the village square, Henry sat quietly on a bench, absorbed in contemplation. He was startled from his thoughts by the soft voice of Mayor Walton, who approached with a gentle smile. "You seem troubled, Mr. Aldridge," Walton remarked kindly, settling down beside him. "Perhaps something weighs on your mind?" Henry hesitated briefly, then decided honesty might reveal hidden truths. "Mayor Walton, your village is remarkable, peaceful, beautiful beyond words. But something troubles me deeply. How can an entire community exist so comfortably beyond the grasp of time?" Walton nodded slowly, thoughtfully. "We've wondered the same ourselves. For most villagers, timelessness has been an unqualified blessing. Yet, privately, I share your unease. Perhaps understanding our situation requires looking into our past, though few here remember clearly now." At these words, Walton's expression became distant, almost nostalgic. "In fact, there may be someone who can help you better understand Greendale's history," he said, carefully choosing his words. "An old man lives on the outskirts near the forest. His name is Samuel Fletcher. He's quite reclusive, but he may know things no one else does." Intrigued, Henry felt renewed hope. "Could you introduce me?" Walton hesitated, then nodded gently. "I'll take you tomorrow morning." Samuel has not joined our gatherings in years. He prefers solitude, and frankly, he seems somehow untouched by whatever keeps the rest of us unchanging. Perhaps he remembers more than we imagine. Early the following day, Walton led Henry down a narrow path winding toward the forest edge, past lush meadows filled with wildflowers that seemed perpetually in bloom. Soon, they approached a small stone cottage, partially concealed by climbing ivy. Smoke curled softly from the chimney, suggesting the inhabitant was awake. Walton knocked gently, and after a moment, the door slowly opened, revealing Samuel Fletcher. Samuel was strikingly different from every villager Henry had encountered. Though the community remained untouched by age, Samuel bore clear signs of its passage. His face lined deeply, his hair thin and white, his eyes sharp yet weary. "Mayor Walton," Samuel said, slightly surprised. "It's been a long while since you visited. Who is your friend?" "This is Henry Aldridge," Walton replied warmly, "a visitor curious about Greendale's mysteries. We hoped you might share some memories." Samuel studied Henry intently before nodding slowly, stepping aside to allow entry. The cottage interior was simple yet filled with reminders of a distant past. Faded photographs, worn furniture, and, astonishingly, an old clock hanging on the far wall. Its pendulum motionless, hands stopped at exactly 9:15. Henry stared in amazement, feeling a strange relief at seeing even a stopped clock. "You still have one?" he asked, pointing to it gently. Samuel nodded gravely. "It stopped precisely the morning every other clock disappeared. I kept it to remind myself of the truth that time was not always absent here." The three sat quietly around a wooden table as Samuel began sharing his story. His voice, soft but steady, filled the small cottage with gentle memories, long hidden from the village. "Long ago," Samuel began, "Greendale was like any other town. We measured our days carefully, bound by clocks and calendars. But people were anxious, always rushing. Lives were governed by schedules rather than joy or love. We became slaves to time, constantly chasing it, but never truly living it." Samuel paused, eyes distant, recalling moments vividly. Then something changed. A man arrived in Greendale, a mysterious figure whose name no one remembers clearly now. He promised a solution to our worries, a way to escape the tyranny of time itself. Henry listened carefully, heart quickening at the revelation. "Did he remove the clocks?" Samuel nodded solemnly. "Not just remove them, he erased time itself from our lives. In exchange, we unknowingly sacrificed our memories, our aging, and the very nature of our humanity. The villagers accepted it willingly, desperate for peace." Walton shifted uneasily. "And why weren't you affected, Samuel?" Samuel smiled gently but sadly. "I alone refused his offer. I kept my clock, resisting the temptation. Consequently, I retained my memories, but also continued aging. I remember every passing year, every loss, every joy. I carry the burden of real time alone, while everyone else lives in blissful ignorance." Henry felt stunned by the depth of Samuel's revelation. "Do you regret your decision?" he asked quietly. Samuel shook his head firmly. "No, never. Memories, even painful ones, give life meaning. Without them, existence becomes flat, endless, perhaps peaceful, but somehow incomplete." Mayor Walton listened intently, visibly moved. "Samuel, have we truly lost so much?" "You've gained eternal peace," Samuel replied softly, "but you've lost the beautiful ache of life's passing moments. Without aging, without memory, you exist, but cease to grow." Henry understood clearly now the gentle tragedy of Greendale's timelessness. Samuel's truth illuminated his own unease. He saw that the villagers' contentment, though genuine, was also subtly incomplete. Before departing, Henry glanced once more at the stopped clock. "Can this ever be reversed?" he asked quietly. Samuel met his gaze steadily. "Perhaps. Time is patient. It waits quietly, never truly gone. Perhaps you're here because Greendale is finally ready to awaken." Walking slowly back toward the village, Henry and Mayor Walton remained silent, profoundly touched by Samuel's revelations. Walton's face betrayed gentle turmoil. realizing that his community's eternal peace had come at a cost they never fully understood. That night, as the moon rose softly over Greendale, Walton and Henry pondered quietly beneath the old oak, each contemplating the weight of Samuel's words. Henry's ticking watch felt heavier than ever, a reminder of the quiet struggle between eternal peace and the beauty of life's fragile moments. Greendale rested gently, unaware yet softly awaiting the moment when it would have to choose between endless serenity and the bittersweet embrace of time. Following their profound conversation with Samuel Fletcher, Henry Aldridge and Mayor Walton became convinced that Greendale's strange timelessness was tied directly to its mysterious past. Samuel's revelations left both men quietly unsettled, prompting deeper reflections about their existence and the subtle cost of eternal tranquility. They both sensed that the serene lake near the edge of town might hold further answers. One crisp morning, under a sky pale with early light, Henry and Walton walked together toward the lake, their footsteps gently crunching the dew-covered grass. A cool breeze rustled through the trees, whispering secrets neither fully understood yet felt compelled to uncover. Walton, visibly burdened by new questions, walked silently, contemplating deeply the responsibility he carried as leader of a timeless community. Henry broke the silence softly. "Mayor Walton, did Samuel's story change how you see Greendale?" Walton hesitated, thoughtfully measuring his reply. "It's strange. I've always believed we had something extraordinary here. Yet now, hearing Samuel, I question if our peace was too easily accepted. Perhaps we traded away something vital without realizing." Henry nodded, understanding Walton's quiet turmoil. "Time grants life its depth," Henry mused gently. "Without it, moments lose significance. Perhaps Samuel was right. To truly live, we must embrace the bittersweet passing of moments." Reaching the lakeshore, they paused to gaze across the calm waters. The lake was serene, its glassy surface reflecting the sky as perfectly as a mirror. A profound silence enveloped them, broken only by the occasional chirping bird or soft rustle of leaves. Henry felt strongly that the lake itself seemed to guard Greendale's secrets. Perhaps beneath its tranquil waters lay hidden truths. "Samuel mentioned something important," Walton finally said quietly, gazing thoughtfully toward the lake. "He said that the mysterious man who removed our clocks conducted his ritual here. Maybe the lake witnessed everything." Henry felt a gentle thrill. Then perhaps clues still remain, hidden beneath these waters. Without hesitation, Henry stepped closer to the lake, kneeling at the edge. Carefully, he reached down, touching the cool water softly with his fingertips. An odd sensation traveled through him, a quiet tremor, as if the lake itself responded to his presence. Encouraged, Henry scooped water into his palm, feeling strangely connected to something ancient and powerful. Walton watched quietly, sensing the significance of this moment. "Do you feel it too?" he asked, eyes wide with gentle awe. "It's as if the lake remembers." Henry nodded slowly, feeling a subtle pull deep within himself. Rising again, he scanned the lakeshore carefully. Suddenly, his eyes caught something unusual. A faint, worn path leading around the water's edge, half hidden by overgrown bushes. "Mayor Walton," Henry said urgently yet softly, "look here." Together they followed the faint trail, winding around the lake until it stopped abruptly at a large, ancient stone partially submerged at the water's edge. The stone, covered in moss and weathered by countless years, bore faint carvings nearly erased by time. Kneeling carefully, Henry brushed moss aside, revealing intricate symbols carved deeply into the rock. "What are these?" Walton whispered, fascinated by the strange markings. "They look ancient," Henry replied softly. "Perhaps the very ritual Samuel spoke of happened here." As he examined the symbols closely, Henry recognized faint similarities to symbols he'd seen in old books during his travels, ancient runes associated with rituals involving time and memory. His heartbeat quickened. The carvings seemed to depict a man standing before a gathering, clocks laid out before him, symbols suggesting a powerful exchange or binding spell. Walton touched the symbols cautiously. "Could this be evidence of the exact moment we lost our clocks and our aging?" Henry nodded, intrigued yet uneasy. "Exactly. Samuel spoke of a mysterious man who convinced Greendale to sacrifice clocks, aging, and memory. Perhaps he performed his ritual precisely at this spot." Both men stood quietly, overwhelmed by the implications. Walton gazed across the tranquil lake, deeply moved. If this ritual created our timelessness, perhaps we could reverse it here. Henry considered carefully, sensing the gentle danger of disturbing forces they barely understood. Maybe, he conceded, but we'd risk destroying the peace everyone enjoys. Are we certain the villagers want their lives changed again? Walton sighed softly, deeply conflicted. Most are content, truly happy even. But Samuel was right. Without aging, without memory, we have lost something profound. It's peaceful here, yet incomplete. The two men remained beside the lake until the sun climbed higher, silently absorbing their discovery. Eventually, Walton spoke again, thoughtfully decisive. "Henry, we must tell Greendale the truth," he said softly but firmly. "They deserve to understand fully what they've gained and what they've lost. Only then can we truly decide if we wish to reclaim time or continue living peacefully without it." Henry agreed gently, knowing Walton had made the right decision. Returning toward the village, they spoke quietly, carefully preparing how best to gently break their discovery to the villagers. Walton felt deeply responsible, knowing his decision could profoundly alter lives forever untouched by worry or sorrow. Yet despite the uncertainty ahead, both men felt a gentle relief at discovering the lake's hidden secret. Greendale, though peaceful and timeless, had quietly awaited this revelation, as if time itself patiently watched from the shadows, waiting for the villagers to awaken from their eternal dream. That evening, gathered beneath the old oak tree in the square, Walton and Henry shared the lake's secret with the village. The villagers listened in fascinated silence, gently weighing the truths presented. Though many felt hesitant to disrupt their peaceful eternity, they also began recognizing quietly what they had unknowingly sacrificed: memories, growth, the richness of life's ephemeral nature. Under the soft moonlight, Greendale sat quietly at the threshold of profound decision, gently awakened to the complexity of their timeless existence. The lake's secret now revealed, they had begun the gentle, cautious journey toward understanding their true selves and the value of time itself. The revelation of the lake's secret stirred deep curiosity among Greendale's residents, awakening them gently from the comfort of their timeless existence. As days passed, still unmeasured, but now filled with subtle anticipation, villagers quietly discussed the ancient ritual stone discovered by Henry Aldridge and Mayor Walton. Although most continued to cherish their peaceful, ageless lives, whispers of the hidden past slowly spread, fostering a quiet eagerness to uncover more truths. Mayor Walton felt deeply responsible, sensing the gentle yet significant shift in his community. Determined to understand more, he and Henry consulted once more with Samuel Fletcher, whose memory held the fragile threads connecting Greendale's past to its present. One crisp morning, Walton, Henry, and Samuel gathered at the ritual stone by the lake. Samuel knelt thoughtfully, tracing worn carvings with gentle fingertips, nodding slowly as memories resurfaced. After a long silence, he spoke softly, voice carrying quiet authority. "These symbols represent not just a ritual, but an entrance, a passageway," Samuel explained, eyes distant yet clear. Long ago, beneath Greendale, there existed another settlement, an underground city built by those who first sought refuge from time itself. They lived hidden, away from daylight, convinced isolation would grant eternal peace. Henry's eyes widened in quiet amazement. An entire city beneath us? How could it remain hidden for so long? Samuel smiled faintly, voice gentle yet tinged with sadness, because it was meant to remain forgotten. When the villagers agreed to the timeless pact, this underground city was sealed, deliberately hidden. It became a tomb of sorts, preserving the clocks and calendars as silent guardians of the past. Everything that once measured time was stored there, intentionally buried beneath layers of memory and soil. Mayor Walton listened closely, absorbing Samuel's words deeply. Could this underground city still exist? Could we enter and reclaim what was lost? Samuel nodded cautiously. The entrance lies somewhere near this lake, likely concealed beneath earth and stone. But reopening it carries risks. It would reconnect Greendale with its forgotten past. The villagers may awaken fully to all they've lost. Despite Samuel's warnings, Walton and Henry knew that the villagers deserved a choice. Quietly resolved, they gathered tools, determined to uncover the entrance and reveal the hidden city beneath their feet. For several days, villagers watched curiously from a respectful distance as Henry, Walton, and a few volunteers worked methodically around the ancient stone. They carefully excavated layers of earth, removing roots and stones with gentle precision. Gradually, an outline emerged, a carved stone stairway descending steeply into darkness, long hidden beneath moss and soil. On a cool evening, as twilight painted the sky softly purple, Henry and Walton stood together at the revealed entrance, staring quietly into the shadows. Villagers gathered silently around them, curious yet apprehensive. Samuel, frail yet determined, stood firmly beside them. "Are we certain?" Samuel asked gently, looking directly at Walton. "Once we enter, Greendale may never be the same." Walton nodded thoughtfully. "Our people deserve the full truth. Peace without memory or change isn't truly living. Let's enter carefully, but enter we must." With gentle solemnity, Henry lit a lantern, its warm glow softly illuminating stone steps descending beneath Greendale. Walton followed carefully, heart pounding with gentle anticipation. Samuel, slow but steady, walked alongside them, his ancient eyes quietly remembering each step. Descending into the earth, they felt immediately transported. The air grew cool, still, scented with the damp, untouched fragrance of centuries. Walls around them revealed more intricate carvings, symbols depicting clocks, calendars, celestial movements, all carefully etched, honoring time itself. After several minutes, the stairway opened dramatically into a vast subterranean chamber, illuminated gently by their lantern. All three men stood silently, overwhelmed by the sight. Shelves carved from stone lined every wall, stacked neatly with clocks of every type. Grandfather clocks, pocket watches, hourglasses, sundials. Each stopped at precisely the same moment, forever frozen in time. In the center stood a large, intricately carved stone pedestal, surrounded by symbols matching those discovered at the lake. On it rested a large, beautiful brass clock, hands frozen precisely at 9:15, identical to the stopped clock in Samuel's cottage. "This is it," Samuel whispered softly, voice filled with awe and sorrow. "The very heart of Greendale's timelessness. Each clock here symbolizes lives once measured, memories once cherished. Everything was paused in a single instant." Henry stepped carefully toward the central pedestal, examining the brass clock closely. "Why this particular time, Samuel?" Samuel paused thoughtfully. That was the exact moment the ritual occurred, the moment Greendale chose eternal peace over aging and memory. This clock stopped precisely when every other clock vanished, binding the entire village to that frozen instant. Mayor Walton felt deeply moved, understanding clearly the profound weight of their timeless choice. "Is there a way to reverse it?" Samuel hesitated, considering carefully. Reversing would require restarting this central clock, but that may mean restarting all our lives, restoring memory, aging, and everything we've forgotten. It could overwhelm everyone. Henry nodded gently. Yet perhaps it's time to reclaim the fullness of life. Could we gradually reintroduce time, slowly, so villagers adapt gently? Samuel smiled faintly, hopeful yet cautious. "It may be possible, yes, but villagers must choose freely, fully informed about what awaits. This clock holds the key, but once restarted, we cannot stop what follows." With gentle care they exited slowly, ascending the stone stairs, deeply moved by their discovery. Emerging into moonlit air, Walton called villagers to gather again beneath the ancient oak, prepared to share openly everything discovered. Standing before his people, Walton spoke softly but clearly, voice gentle yet firm. He described vividly the underground city, the frozen clocks, the central pedestal, and the significance of the stopped brass clock. Villagers listened quietly, eyes wide, gently absorbing profound truths about their peaceful yet incomplete existence. "We face a gentle yet profound choice," Walton concluded quietly. "Remain timeless, eternally peaceful yet incomplete, or reclaim time fully with memories, growth, and yes, aging and loss. The decision belongs to each of you." Greendale stood quietly beneath gentle starlight, villagers softly discussing among themselves the profound choice they now faced. Some were hesitant, clinging gently to eternal peace. Others quietly felt drawn toward reclaiming life's bittersweet fullness. As the night deepened softly, Greendale rested on the gentle edge of awakening, no longer simply timeless, but quietly aware and gently ready to decide its future. Beneath them, the underground city patiently awaited their decision, holding safely the silent memories of their long-forgotten past. Under the soft glow of lanterns and moonlight, the villagers of Greendale gathered in the square beneath the great oak tree, quietly absorbing the discoveries shared by Mayor Walton, Henry Aldridge, and Samuel Fletcher. The revelation of the underground city and the stopped clock stirred deep emotions. Wonder, curiosity, fear, and cautious hope all intertwined. Each villager quietly weighed the profound implications of reclaiming time, fully aware of the serenity they had unknowingly exchanged for memory and aging. Amidst gentle murmurs, Samuel Fletcher stepped forward slowly, his ancient presence commanding quiet respect. He cleared his throat softly, eyes glittering with wisdom and memory. "Before you decide your future," Samuel began softly, yet clearly, "perhaps you should understand fully how Greendale came to this timeless existence. Our past is preserved not only in the underground city, but also in a forgotten legend. One passed secretly through generations, fading gradually until it was barely remembered. Now it must be shared again." The villagers leaned in gently, their faces illuminated by flickering lantern light, eagerly awaiting Samuel's story. Even Henry Aldridge stood quietly captivated, sensing he was about to hear a truth deeper than any yet revealed. Samuel's voice, gentle but unwavering, filled the quiet night air. Centuries ago, Greendale was much like other towns, bound tightly to the rhythm of time, measured precisely, carefully guarded. Yet, as generations passed, the town became burdened by relentless pressures, hurried schedules, endless deadlines, and constant anxiety. Lives were dominated by the ticking clock until people forgot how to savor simple pleasures or enjoy life's natural pace. Then one day, a stranger appeared, a man with mysterious origins, neither old nor young, yet bearing wisdom beyond comprehension. He carried with him a curious power, an ability to alter the fabric of existence itself. His name, though never clearly recorded, was whispered quietly as the Timeless One. The Timeless One observed Greendale's struggles compassionately, seeing clearly the villagers' quiet desperation. He approached the village leaders, offering a solution, an escape from the tyranny of time itself. His proposal seemed extraordinary yet tempting. Remove all clocks, calendars, and devices measuring time, suspending the aging process entirely, granting eternal peace and tranquility. Initially hesitant, the villagers gradually embraced the idea, captivated by the promise of freedom from anxiety and sorrow. Yet the Timeless One explained that freedom had its price. In exchange for timeless peace, villagers would sacrifice their memories, aging, and the natural rhythm that gives life meaning. They would live eternally but without growth or genuine change, existing forever in a gentle but static peace. Eager for relief, the villagers agreed. The Timeless One gathered them at the lake's shore beneath moonlight, performing a powerful ritual using ancient symbols and artifacts. At precisely 9:15, time halted abruptly. Every clock and calendar vanished instantly, buried beneath Greendale itself, forming the underground city as a silent monument to their abandoned past. Yet, not all accepted this timeless bargain. A small group resisted, sensing instinctively the hidden costs. Those individuals fled or lived on the outskirts, aging naturally, retaining their memories, painful yet profound. Over generations, these dissenters gradually faded, leaving Greendale fully timeless, blissfully unaware of their sacrifice. Samuel paused, eyes gently scanning the villagers, who listened silently, deeply moved by his words. Henry Aldridge, standing quietly near Mayor Walton, felt profoundly grateful to witness this pivotal moment. Samuel continued softly, voice filled with gentle compassion. "Generations passed unnoticed, memories forgotten entirely. Your peace, though genuine, remains incomplete, for it lacks the beauty found in life's fleeting nature. Time grants meaning precisely because it is finite. Moments matter deeply when recognized as fragile and temporary." Samuel's voice softened further, eyes shining gently with quiet tears. "I remember clearly because I descended from those original dissenters I grew up preserving these stories, knowing one day Greendale might awaken, ready to reclaim fully what was lost. That day has gently arrived. You now understand fully the choice your ancestors made and the profound consequences. Silence followed Samuel's gentle revelation, villagers absorbing his words deeply. Walton stepped forward quietly, voice gentle yet firm. We now face a gentle but profound crossroads. Do we embrace again the full, bittersweet reality of life, aging, memory, growth, or remain forever suspended, timeless but incomplete? Villagers softly began sharing their thoughts openly, exchanging gentle but earnest conversations. Abigail Foster, the baker, spoke first, voice clear yet tender. I cherish our peace, but hearing Samuel, I feel deeply we've missed something important. Life's sweetness truly comes from knowing moments will not last forever. Perhaps it's time we live fully again. Others nodded gently, moved deeply by Abigail's words. Rupert Hayes, the librarian, spoke softly yet firmly next. Our endless days have been peaceful but static. Samuel's story gently revealed our truth. Without memories, we cease to fully exist. I'm ready to reclaim life's natural rhythms again. Yet some villagers hesitated, gently fearful of losing their peaceful eternity. Margaret Walton spoke gently, representing their cautious perspective. Our timelessness, though imperfect, has been deeply comforting. Before fully reversing, perhaps we proceed carefully, reintroducing time slowly to help everyone gently adapt. Villagers nodded gently, recognizing Margaret's thoughtful caution. Mayor Walton turned toward Samuel and Henry, quietly seeking their thoughts. Henry spoke gently yet confidently. Perhaps Margaret is right. We can carefully restart the central clock beneath Greendale, gradually restoring time rather than suddenly. This gentle approach respects those fearful of losing peace while reclaiming fully life's richness. Samuel smiled softly, agreeing warmly. A wise proposal, gentle yet determined. Villagers softly discussed further, gradually uniting behind Henry's gentle solution, slowly reintroducing time, easing Greendale carefully back into natural rhythms, gently reclaiming memory, aging, and growth. Without shock or distress, under gentle moonlight, Greendale stood quietly united, awakened fully yet thoughtfully cautious, prepared to gently re-embrace time's beautiful fragility. Samuel's ancient legend had gently opened their hearts and minds, quietly preparing them for the profound transformation ahead. As villagers dispersed softly into the night, Mayor Walton, Henry Aldridge, and Samuel Fletcher stood quietly together beneath the ancient oak, profoundly moved by the gentle awakening they'd witnessed. Greendale, once timeless, now rested gently at the cusp of rediscovering life's full meaning, patiently prepared to reclaim fully the precious gift of time itself. As Greendale's villagers gently reconciled themselves to the truth revealed by Samuel Fletcher's ancient legend, they became profoundly curious about the enigmatic figure responsible for their timeless existence, the mysterious individual known only as the Timeless One. Although Samuel's tale had shed some light on their past, the true identity and motivation of this mysterious man remained shrouded in secrecy. Recognizing the villagers' desire for deeper understanding, Henry Aldridge quietly resolved to investigate further. Joined by Mayor Walton and Samuel, he returned once more to the underground city, determined to uncover any clues about the man who had forever altered Greendale. Descending gently beneath the village, their lanterns cast soft, flickering shadows across stone walls etched with ancient symbols. The underground chamber, filled with frozen clocks and silent memories, welcomed them back patiently. Henry approached the central pedestal, studying closely the brass clock halted forever at 9:15, the exact moment time ceased to govern Greendale. Samuel examined carefully faded inscriptions beneath the pedestal, previously unnoticed in their initial discovery. With gentle patience, he traced carved letters and symbols, eyes widening softly as recognition dawned. "Look here," Samuel whispered, excitement and wonder blending gently in his voice. An inscription describing the Timeless One himself, perhaps even his true identity. Walton and Henry leaned in closely, breath softly held, as Samuel translated slowly, voice gentle yet clear. "Herein lies the gift and burden left by Alaric, Grayson, scholar, alchemist, seeker of eternal peace. Let those who follow remember kindly the man who paused eternity, believing humanity's greatest fear was the passage of time. Henry repeated softly, deeply intrigued. Alaric Grayson. Have you ever heard this name before? Samuel shook his head, gently. No records or stories I've known mention it, yet clearly he intended this inscription to be discovered someday. Walton pondered quietly, thoughtfully. Grayson believed he was offering peace. Perhaps his intentions were genuinely compassionate, even if consequences were misunderstood. Henry nodded slowly, thoughtfully agreeing. Yet to freeze time entirely, it's an extraordinary act, carrying great power but also profound responsibility. Perhaps Grayson himself struggled with the outcome. Samuel stepped away slowly, quietly scanning the chamber. Nearby shelves held ancient journals and texts, carefully preserved beneath layers of dust. Gently lifting one fragile volume, Samuel opened carefully, eyes widening as faded handwriting revealed itself clearly. Grayson's personal journal, Samuel whispered softly, voice shaking gently with anticipation. This could contain the key to fully understanding him. Gathering closely beneath gentle lantern glow, the three men studied Grayson's careful handwriting, gently turning pages filled with reflections, theories, and hopes. In one passage, Grayson wrote clearly yet tenderly about his motivations. Human lives are driven by fear of losing time. People hurry, wasting precious moments chasing illusions of security and permanence. Could removing time's relentless measure grant genuine peace? Could humanity finally savor life's simplest joys? I seek only to relieve mankind's burden, pausing eternity briefly, freeing lives to unfold without pressure or haste. Henry felt deep compassion for Grayson's intentions. Clearly, this man believed genuinely in offering humanity relief from anxiety, driven solely by gentle empathy. Yet further entries revealed Grayson's quiet uncertainty and growing doubt about his plan. My ritual succeeded, freezing Greendale perfectly at 9:15, precisely as intended. Yet already I fear unforeseen consequences. Villagers appear content, yet their lives lack growth, memories fading rapidly. Have I erred profoundly, stealing the very essence of life's meaning? Subsequent entries reflected Grayson's deepening regret. My burden grows unbearable. Villagers exist, but no longer truly live. They experience endless tranquility, yet sacrifice the beauty inherent in life's impermanence. I miscalculated gravely, believing eternal peace superior to life's bittersweet truths. Now, seeing humanity without memory or growth, I understand fully my error. A final entry, gentle yet profoundly sorrowful, expressed Grayson's ultimate decision. I must leave Greendale quietly, preserving their timeless sanctuary, yet hoping someday villagers rediscover truth. I depart carrying deep remorse, knowing I alone bear responsibility. Perhaps future generations will forgive my naive compassion, understanding finally that life's true gift lies precisely in its fleeting nature. Henry felt deeply moved, understanding clearly Grayson's tragic yet compassionate nature. Walton, eyes filled gently with quiet empathy, spoke softly. Grayson acted sincerely, driven by empathy, yet tragically misunderstanding life's essence. He sought to relieve human suffering, unaware that removing time itself only replaced one burden with another. Samuel nodded gently, voice filled with quiet respect. Alaric Grayson deserves gentle compassion, not blame. His tragic error stemmed solely from profound empathy. Now we must gently forgive, remembering clearly the sincerity behind his actions. Returning slowly to the surface, the three men quietly pondered the gentle tragedy of Alaric Grayson, an extraordinary figure driven by empathy, whose intentions, though pure, had profound unintended consequences. Gathered again beneath the ancient oak, villagers listened respectfully as Walton shared Grayson's gentle yet tragic story. Compassion and understanding replaced initial confusion or judgment. Villagers spoke softly, forgiving Grayson fully, understanding his sincere yet misguided compassion. Rupert Hayes gently voiced collective sentiments clearly. Grayson deserves remembrance as someone deeply compassionate yet profoundly human, whose error reminds us gently of life's delicate balance. We should honor his memory by reclaiming fully life's beautiful fragility, recognizing clearly the gift hidden within time's passing. Villagers softly agreed, profoundly moved by Rupert's gentle words. Henry Aldridge, deeply grateful for witnessing Greendale's gentle awakening, spoke finally, voice calm yet deeply heartfelt. Alaric Grayson's story teaches us profoundly about life's essence. True peace isn't timelessness, but embracing each fleeting moment fully. Perhaps this was his ultimate lesson, gently shared across centuries. Villagers gently nodded, moved deeply by Henry's reflection. Beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale stood quietly united, compassionately forgiving Grayson's tragic error, yet profoundly aware of life's beautiful fragility. The man who stopped time had quietly taught them life's deepest truths, precisely because his compassionate mistake had so clearly illuminated the bittersweet beauty hidden within life's ephemeral nature. Greendale now rested gently ready, grateful to Alaric Grayson for revealing profoundly the gentle wisdom that life's true meaning lies precisely within its impermanent, ever-changing moments. With the quiet revelation of Alaric Grayson's tragic yet compassionate story, the villagers of Greendale found themselves at a gentle crossroads. Their peaceful existence, untouched by anxiety or sorrow, had been gently disturbed, forcing them to reconsider what they had once willingly forgotten. Life without time had provided tranquility, but as the truth became clearer, the subtle weight of their eternal present began pressing softly upon their hearts. In the days following the discovery of Grayson's journal, villagers began openly sharing their private thoughts and quiet uncertainties, gently wrestling with the profound choice before them. While many were drawn to the promise of rediscovering life's fullness, its bittersweet joys, memories, and natural rhythms, others felt cautious, even fearful, reluctant to abandon their timeless peace. One evening, under a warm twilight sky, Abigail Foster and Margaret Walton found themselves quietly conversing outside Abigail's bakery. Abigail, gently kneading dough by instinct alone, spoke softly, sharing honest yet conflicted thoughts. "Margaret, I can't deny how deeply moved I've been by everything we've learned. Life without clocks has been peaceful, genuinely comforting, but somehow incomplete. Without time, we miss something essential. Yet now facing the reality of reclaiming it, I feel quietly anxious. Will returning to time mean losing our serenity?" Margaret smiled gently, understanding fully Abigail's hesitation. "I share your feelings deeply, Abigail. I've cherished this timeless existence, never fearing loss, never rushing. But I see now, clearly, how memory and growth give life meaning. Perhaps there's a gentle balance, a way we can reclaim time without entirely abandoning peace." Nearby, Rupert Hayes quietly discussed similar doubts with a small group near the library. Rupert spoke thoughtfully yet clearly, articulating gently the villagers' quiet uncertainties. "We've lived peacefully, true enough, but we've also existed in a gentle stasis. Without memories or the passing of time, moments feel pleasant yet oddly hollow. Still, reclaiming time fully might mean welcoming loss, grief, and regret again. Are we truly prepared for that?" The group murmured softly, nodding gently, sharing Rupert's cautious feelings. Yet even amid their quiet uncertainties, villagers also felt subtly hopeful, deeply moved by recent revelations, sensing intuitively that reclaiming time might awaken something precious and long forgotten. As conversations continued quietly throughout Greendale, Mayor Walton recognized the community's gentle yet profound internal struggle. He decided carefully to address openly the villagers' uncertainties, ensuring everyone's thoughts were respected fully. Gathered once again beneath the ancient oak in the town square, Walton spoke gently, yet firmly, voice filled with understanding. "Our decision carries great weight, yet I see clearly our gentle confusion. We must openly acknowledge our doubts, not rush this decision carelessly. Let us speak freely now, respecting fully every perspective, ensuring we choose wisely for Greendale." Villagers began sharing openly their gentle uncertainties. Some expressed deep hesitation, fearful of losing eternal peace. Others spoke of feeling trapped in endless serenity, yearning for life's natural rhythms, memories, and growth. All voices were respected gently, quietly unified by their shared struggle to decide Greendale's future. Henry Aldridge listened carefully, profoundly moved by villagers' honest reflections. When finally invited to speak, he stepped forward softly, choosing words carefully to respect fully their gentle uncertainty. Your feelings are understandable, deeply human. Time is both beautiful and painful. Moments become precious precisely because they don't last forever. But reclaiming time need not abandon entirely the peace you've found. Perhaps we can slowly restore time, gently reintroducing memories and growth while preserving aspects of tranquility you've cherished deeply. Villagers nodded thoughtfully, comforted by Henry's gentle proposal. Samuel Fletcher, the oldest among them, spoke next, voice calm yet filled with wisdom. Life carries risks inherently. Removing time was intended as protection, but inadvertently robbed us of life's true essence. Returning to time means welcoming impermanence and change, but also rediscovering deeply the meaning hidden within every passing moment. His words resonated quietly, easing gently the villagers' fears. Yet still, uncertainty lingered softly, villagers continuing to discuss gently among themselves. As night fell gently upon Greendale, villagers slowly dispersed homeward, still quietly pondering. Abigail Foster, alone in her bakery, stood thoughtfully by her warm oven, feeling the gentle weight of their decision. Margaret Walton, quietly tending her garden beneath moonlight, wondered softly if life's true meaning might indeed lie hidden in its fragile, fleeting moments. Rupert Hayes remained thoughtfully in the library, carefully reviewing Grayson's journal again, gently absorbing deeper meanings hidden within faded pages. Each villager privately wrestled with gentle uncertainties, yet quietly sensed Greendale stood at a profound threshold, softly prepared to reclaim fully life's beautiful fragility. Mayor Walton, returning quietly home, spoke softly to Margaret, voice gently decisive. Our doubts are understandable, yet we cannot linger forever undecided. Perhaps the slow, gentle reintroduction of time Henry suggested offers our community the safest, wisest path forward. Margaret smiled gently, agreeing softly. I believe villagers will eventually see clearly this gentle wisdom, reclaiming time slowly, respecting both peace and life's beautiful impermanence. Quietly resolved, Walton gently prepared to guide Greendale through their profound decision, ensuring everyone's voice remained respected fully. Beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale rested softly, quietly uncertain, yet patiently awaiting the gentle awakening of reclaiming fully the beautiful fragility hidden deeply within time's passing. Their doubts, though understandable, gently reminded villagers clearly that life's greatest joys exist precisely within uncertainty, within moments briefly lived and gently treasured. Slowly, cautiously, Greendale began quietly accepting that true peace might indeed exist not in eternal stasis, but gently hidden within life's bittersweet, fleeting nature, patiently awaiting rediscovery as the villagers softly reclaimed fully the profound beauty hidden gently within time itself. As Greendale began gently embracing the idea of slowly reintroducing time into their peaceful, timeless lives, subtle divisions quietly emerged within the once unified community. While many villagers cautiously welcomed reclaiming life's natural rhythms and memories, others remained deeply hesitant, clinging gently but stubbornly to their serene existence, fearful of losing the tranquility they'd grown accustomed to. Initially, disagreements arose softly, barely noticeable. A quiet word here, a hesitant glance there. Abigail Foster noticed villagers gathering in smaller groups around her bakery, gently debating whether reclaiming time was truly wise. Rupert Hayes heard quiet but earnest discussions whispered among library shelves. Villagers divided in opinion, each group respectfully yet firmly defending their viewpoint. As days unfolded, the quiet disagreements gradually intensified. One sunny afternoon, near the village square, Henry Aldridge and Mayor Walton witnessed a gentle but clear conflict unfolding between two groups gathered beneath the ancient oak. On one side stood Rupert Hayes, Abigail Foster, and several villagers openly supporting the reintroduction of time. Facing them stood Margaret Walton, accompanied by others deeply fearful of losing their peaceful existence. Rupert, gentle yet passionately sincere, spoke softly but firmly. We cannot live meaningfully without memory, without growth. Our timeless peace is comforting, but incomplete. Time grants life genuine significance, making moments precious. Margaret responded gently but with quiet determination. Our peace, though imperfect, is genuine. Reclaiming time risks reintroducing anxiety, pain, loss. Everything we've peacefully forgotten. Is tranquility not itself meaningful? Henry and Walton approached quietly, sensing gentle tension, needing careful guidance. Walton spoke softly, carefully mediating the emerging conflict. Both perspectives are valid, genuinely understandable. Perhaps our path forward can respect each view fully, gradually reintroducing time, ensuring villagers adapt gently, without losing entirely the peace we've cherished. Yet despite Walton's careful diplomacy, villagers remained gently, yet clearly, divided. Over the following days, subtle tensions deepened softly. Village gatherings, once marked by gentle unity, grew quietly strained, groups softly clustering according to their stance. Samuel Fletcher, observing carefully, gently warned Walton, "This gentle division, though subtle, risks fracturing Greendale profoundly. We must resolve it carefully before conflicts deepen irreparably." Walton nodded thoughtfully, quietly concerned, yet determined to heal the gentle divide. Calling villagers together beneath soft moonlight, Walton spoke openly, yet with quiet compassion. Our peaceful community faces its first gentle conflict in generations. Yet we must remember clearly, our shared love for Greendale unites us, even as we differ gently. Let us not allow disagreement, however genuine, to fracture what we cherish deeply. Villagers listened respectfully, deeply touched by Walton's gentle sincerity. Henry stepped forward softly, offering careful guidance. Perhaps your solution lies precisely in gradual reintroduction of time, allowing cautious villagers space and time to adjust gently, preserving peace while quietly reclaiming life's beautiful fragility. Margaret, still cautious but moved deeply, nodded softly, recognizing Henry's gentle wisdom. Rupert, equally sincere, agreed gently, acknowledging fully that gradual, careful change respected both perspectives. Yet beneath surface harmony, subtle tensions lingered gently, quietly unresolved. Some villagers privately felt anxious, others quietly frustrated, each side genuinely fearful their perspective might ultimately be neglected or misunderstood. Samuel Fletcher, quietly observing villagers' gentle struggle, approached Mayor Walton privately, offering gentle yet firm advice. To truly heal this subtle division, villagers must rediscover firsthand life's beautiful fragility. Perhaps experiencing directly memories, aging, and growth, even briefly, might quietly help them recognize clearly what they've lost. Walton, deeply thoughtful, recognized Samuel's quiet wisdom clearly. Carefully, Walton proposed Samuel's gentle idea to Henry, who listened thoughtfully, agreeing gently. Samuel's right. Perhaps a careful, brief experience of reclaimed time, allowing villagers to momentarily remember, feel aging, sense change, could gently help them reconcile fully their differing perspectives. Resolving carefully to implement this gentle experiment, Walton invited villagers once more to gather quietly beneath the ancient oak. Speaking softly yet decisively, Walton explained clearly their careful plan. For one brief day, we'll carefully restart the underground city's central clock, gently reintroducing time temporarily. Villagers will experience directly aging, memory, and life's natural rhythm, then gently pause again to reflect quietly. Afterward, we'll decide carefully together whether to permanently restore time fully or remain timeless. Villagers quietly absorbed Walton's gentle proposal, initially hesitant, yet gradually understanding its quiet wisdom. Margaret spoke softly, gently voicing villagers' cautious concerns. Experiencing time again, even briefly, may prove profoundly difficult. Yet perhaps we need precisely this gentle reminder to fully understand what we wish to reclaim or abandon forever. Rupert agreed gently, voice clear yet reassuring. One day may indeed reveal clearly whether life's beautiful fragility outweighs our timeless peace. Let's embrace this gentle experiment cautiously but openly. Quietly united again, villagers agreed carefully, subtly hopeful this gentle experience might resolve fully their quiet conflict. Walton, deeply relieved, felt confident their careful approach respected fully both peace and life's inherent fragility. Under gentle moonlight, villagers disperse softly homeward, quietly reflecting deeply. Abigail Foster, alone in her bakery, privately welcomed experiencing time again. However briefly, certain villagers would recognize fully life's deeper meaning. Margaret Walton, cautiously hopeful, stood quietly in her garden, gently preparing herself for memories and aging, quietly trusting their careful experiment would reveal clearly the wisest choice. Samuel Fletcher, alone beneath gentle stars, smiled softly, deeply moved. Villagers were finally poised carefully between timeless peace and life's beautiful fragility. Their quiet conflict, though initially unsettling, had gently revealed clearly life's profound truth. True peace exists precisely within accepting fully the beautiful, fragile impermanence hidden deeply within each fleeting moment of life itself. Greendale now stood gently at the threshold, quietly prepared for the profound awakening awaiting them as they carefully, temporarily reclaimed fully the beautiful fragility of time itself. The gentle decision to temporarily restore time stirred cautious anticipation throughout Greendale. Villagers quietly prepared themselves, deeply aware they would soon experience, if only briefly, the forgotten rhythms of memory, aging, and change. Each individual privately pondered how this encounter with time might reshape their understanding of life's true meaning. At dawn on the chosen day, villagers gathered softly by the lake's edge, near the hidden entrance leading to the underground city. Mayor Walton, accompanied by Henry Aldridge and Samuel Fletcher, stood solemnly before the community, feeling gently yet deeply responsible for guiding them carefully through this profound experience. Today, Walton spoke quietly, voice clear but gentle, we reclaim briefly what we've lost. We will restart the ancient clock beneath Greendale, experiencing time for just one day. Embrace these moments fully. Reflect quietly. Remember deeply. Tomorrow, we'll decide wisely whether to permanently restore time or remain timeless forever. Villagers nodded gently, their expressions filled softly with quiet uncertainty, yet cautious hope. Abigail Foster, Margaret Walton, Rupert Hayes, and others stood closely together, united by shared anticipation. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes quietly observing villagers' gentle courage, felt deeply moved, sensing profoundly the transformative power of this moment. Slowly, Walton led Henry and Samuel down the stone steps into the underground city. Approaching the central brass clock stopped eternally at 9:15. Walton hesitated briefly, gently sensing the profound weight of restarting time itself. Taking a deep breath, he reached out carefully, turning the clock's key slowly, feeling gentle resistance yielding softly to motion. The brass hands began moving quietly, ticking softly once more, the sound filling the chamber gently, profoundly. Above ground, villagers felt an immediate yet subtle shift. The air changed gently, breeze whispering softly, carrying delicate memories long forgotten. Abigail Foster gasped quietly, eyes filling softly with tears as images flooded gently back. Memories of family gatherings, childhood laughter, quiet joys deeply missed yet suddenly remembered clearly. Margaret Walton trembled slightly, feeling gentle yet undeniable changes within herself. She sensed clearly the soft passage of time, her heartbeat suddenly precious, each breath deeply meaningful. Rupert Hayes nearby felt similarly overwhelmed, memories returning softly yet vividly, gently illuminating forgotten joys and quiet sorrows. Across Greendale, villagers experienced quietly the beautiful fragility hidden deeply within life's impermanence. Some wept softly, overcome gently by memories of loved ones long departed, emotions deeply poignant, yet profoundly beautiful. Others laughed quietly, warmly recalling moments of happiness previously forgotten. Life's sweetness, suddenly deeply meaningful precisely because moments were finite. As the day unfolded gently, villagers quietly rediscovered fully the profound richness hidden within life's natural rhythms. Children noticed themselves subtly growing taller, faces slightly maturing, their delight gently mixed with quiet awe. Adults felt soft, gentle lines returning quietly to their faces. Subtle evidence of aging, yet deeply comforting, quietly reflecting a life genuinely lived. Samuel Fletcher, watching villagers quietly embrace time again, felt deeply grateful witnessing Greendale's gentle awakening. Henry Aldridge, moved profoundly, quietly recognized clearly this brief experience confirmed fully that life's true meaning lay precisely within its ephemeral nature. As daylight gently faded into soft twilight, villagers gathered again beneath the ancient oak, deeply reflective yet profoundly changed by their gentle encounter with time. Walton stood before them softly, quietly observing villagers' profoundly moved expressions. Today, Walton spoke gently yet clearly, voice filled deeply with compassion. We experienced briefly life's true essence, beautifully fragile, richly meaningful, precisely because moments pass. Tomorrow, we must decide gently yet decisively whether to reclaim time permanently or return quietly to our timeless peace. Abigail Foster stepped forward gently, voice calm yet filled profoundly with emotion. Today reminded me clearly, life's true beauty lies precisely in moments remembered, in growing and aging gently alongside those we love. Reclaiming time fully means embracing uncertainty and sorrow, but also genuinely experiencing life's true richness. Margaret Walton nodded softly, speaking next gently yet firmly. I now understand clearly our timeless peace, though comforting, robbed us gently yet profoundly of life's essence. I'm prepared fully to embrace again life's beautiful fragility. Villagers murmured quietly, gently, yet firmly agreeing. Rupert Hayes stepped forward softly, voice thoughtful yet clear. Our brief experience today profoundly revealed. Clearly life's true meaning lies hidden precisely within impermanence. I support reclaiming time fully, welcoming again memories, aging, and growth. Villagers nodded gently, deeply moved, yet firmly resolved. Walton felt profoundly relieved. Deeply proud villagers had quietly yet fully rediscovered life's beautiful truth. As moonlight softly illuminated Greendale, villagers dispersed quietly, deeply reflective yet profoundly hopeful, preparing privately to formally decide their future. Abigail Foster, alone quietly in her bakery, gently welcomed life's return, deeply grateful for memories warmly rediscovered. Margaret Walton, standing softly beneath stars, quietly accepted fully life's beautiful impermanence, deeply comforted by understanding its profound meaning. Rupert Hayes, privately reflecting gently, profoundly embraced life's beautiful fragility, quietly recognizing clearly timelessness was peaceful yet incomplete. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes softly watching villagers' gentle courage, smiled quietly, deeply grateful witnessing Greendale gently reclaiming fully life's true beauty. Mayor Walton and Henry Aldridge stood quietly beneath moonlight, profoundly moved by villagers' gentle awakening. Walton spoke softly yet decisively. Tomorrow, Greendale will reclaim fully the beautiful fragility hidden deeply within time itself, gently welcoming again memory, aging, and life's profound uncertainties. Henry nodded gently, deeply grateful, witnessing Greendale quietly reclaiming fully life's true meaning. They've discovered clearly life's true peace lies out in eternal stasis, but hidden precisely within embracing fully each fragile, fleeting moment. Together, beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale rested softly yet profoundly ready, quietly prepared to formally reclaim fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. The gentle, temporary return of time had profoundly altered Greendale, subtly reshaping the villagers' understanding of their peaceful yet incomplete existence. Memories reclaimed, aging briefly experienced, life's natural rhythms softly restored. These quiet revelations deeply moved every heart, leaving the community thoughtful and reflective about the true cost of their timeless eternity. As dawn softly broke the following morning, villagers gathered quietly beneath the ancient oak tree, preparing themselves gently yet firmly for the formal decision awaiting them. The serene tranquility that once blanketed Greendale had been gently disrupted, replaced now by quiet awareness of the profound sacrifice hidden within their timeless peace. Mayor Walton stood calmly before the community, his voice gentle yet clear as he addressed villagers, profoundly respectful of their shared experience. Yesterday, we briefly reclaimed what was long lost: memory, aging, growth. In that gentle encounter, we saw clearly life's true essence, recognizing profoundly that our timeless peace, though comforting, carried quietly an undeniable cost. Now, we must decide carefully yet firmly. Do we permanently reclaim time fully, embracing life's beautiful fragility, or return gently to our peaceful yet incomplete eternity? Villagers murmured softly, deeply thoughtful. Abigail Foster stepped forward gently, voice calm yet firm, eyes softly reflecting quiet determination. Yesterday, experiencing memories again deeply revealed, clearly life's true beauty lies precisely within impermanence. Our timeless eternity, though peaceful, robbed us gently yet profoundly of life's meaningful richness. I fully support reclaiming time permanently. Rupert Hayes, nodding thoughtfully, spoke next quietly yet decisively. I too recognize now clearly our timeless peace was gently incomplete. Memory, growth, aging. These quietly shape life's deepest meaning. To live genuinely, we must fully embrace life's fragility, accepting softly both joys and sorrows. Margaret Walton stepped forward carefully, voice gentle yet clear, representing villagers who had initially hesitated. I was cautious initially, deeply cherishing our peaceful eternity. Yet yesterday profoundly reminded me clearly of life's true essence, beautifully fragile, meaningful precisely because moments pass. I now gently but fully support reclaiming time permanently. Villagers softly voiced quiet agreement, deeply moved by Margaret's gentle words. Yet Samuel Fletcher, standing quietly to one side, stepped forward softly, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Reclaiming time permanently means welcoming again uncertainty, sorrow, loss. Yet precisely because life's moments are finite, they become genuinely meaningful. Yesterday profoundly reminded us clearly of this gentle truth. Timelessness was peaceful but incomplete. Life quietly robbed of its deepest meaning. Villagers murmured gently, deeply thoughtful. Mayor Walton spoke again softly yet decisively, gently guiding villagers carefully toward their final decision. We stand now gently prepared to decide formally. Those fully supporting permanently reclaiming time, please step forward quietly. Without hesitation, villagers moved softly yet decisively forward. Abigail Foster, Rupert Hayes, Margaret Walton, and nearly all others, expressing clearly their gentle resolve. Only a few remained hesitantly behind, quietly cautious yet profoundly respectful of the community's gentle yet firm choice. Walton nodded gently, deeply moved by villagers' quiet courage. He spoke softly yet firmly. Our decision is clear. Greendale will permanently reclaim fully life's beautiful fragility, embracing gently yet fully memories, aging, and growth. Our timeless peace, though comforting, was quietly incomplete. Life's deepest meaning lies precisely within its ephemeral nature. Villagers nodded gently, profoundly relieved, yet deeply thoughtful. Walton, Henry Aldridge, and Samuel Fletcher returned carefully beneath Greendale, descending gently into the underground city once more. Approaching the central brass clock quietly, Walton paused softly, gently sensing the profound significance of their final decision. Slowly, Walton reached out carefully, gently restarting permanently the ancient clock. Brass hands moved quietly, ticking softly. Time fully restored beneath Greendale. Above ground, villagers felt profoundly yet subtly the gentle return of life's natural rhythm. Memories flowed gently yet permanently back. Moments both joyful and sorrowful, quietly shaping again life's deepest meaning. Aging returned softly, each heartbeat, breath, smile now profoundly meaningful, precisely because time moved gently forward once more. Days unfolded quietly, villagers gently adjusting fully to reclaim time. Abigail Foster joyfully reopened fully her bakery, savoring deeply each precious moment, genuinely grateful for life's beautiful fragility. Rupert Hayes warmly welcomed villagers again to his library, profoundly aware each quiet interaction, every turning page, now carried deep significance. Margaret Walton quietly tended her garden again, gently accepting life's subtle aging, softly embracing fully life's gentle uncertainties. Mayor Walton, profoundly moved, observed villagers deeply cherishing life's reclaimed meaning, quietly grateful witnessing Greendale's gentle yet profound transformation. Henry Aldridge, deeply satisfied witnessing villagers gently reclaiming fully life's beautiful fragility, quietly prepared to leave Greendale, profoundly aware his journey had quietly reached its meaningful conclusion. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes, gently reflecting deep gratitude, smiled softly. Profoundly grateful, Greendale had quietly awakened fully, reclaiming genuinely life's true beauty. Under gentle moonlight, villagers gathered softly one final evening beneath the ancient oak, deeply reflective yet profoundly content. Walton spoke softly yet firmly, gently articulating villagers' quiet understanding clearly. We've gently reclaimed fully life's true essence, recognizing clearly, peace exists not within eternal stasis, but hidden precisely within embracing fully life's fragile, fleeting moments. Our timeless peace, though comforting, robbed us gently yet profoundly of life's deepest meaning. We've now quietly awakened fully, reclaiming gently life's true beauty. Villagers nodded softly, profoundly moved yet deeply grateful, understanding fully life's deepest meaning lay gently hidden precisely within impermanence. As Henry Aldridge quietly departed Greendale beneath gentle stars, villagers softly watched, profoundly grateful, witnessing clearly their gentle awakening. Greendale rested quietly beneath moonlight, gently yet profoundly transformed, having reclaimed fully life's beautiful fragility hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. Their timeless peace, though gently comforting, had quietly carried profound costs, robbing life subtly yet deeply of its meaningful richness. Villagers now fully understood clearly life's true peace lay precisely within embracing gently yet fully each fragile, fleeting moment, quietly cherishing life's ephemeral beauty as the deepest, most genuine meaning of all. With time gently yet firmly restored to Greendale, the villagers slowly adjusted to life's natural rhythms, profoundly aware of the beautiful fragility that each passing moment now carried. However, a subtle yet significant task remained unfinished. To fully honor their reclaimed humanity, the villagers needed to complete a gentle yet symbolic act, a ritual acknowledging clearly their permanent return to time, memories, and growth. Recognizing this, Mayor Walton, Samuel Fletcher, and Henry Aldridge carefully prepared the ritual of restoration, a gentle ceremony marking profoundly Greendale's full embrace of time. Villagers quietly gathered near the lake's tranquil edge beneath soft twilight, the gentle atmosphere filled with quiet anticipation and reflective calm. Samuel Fletcher stepped forward softly, voice gentle yet filled deeply with quiet authority. We stand here tonight to formally complete Greendale's gentle return to life's natural rhythm. This ritual symbolizes profoundly our full acknowledgement that true peace exists not in timelessness, but hidden deeply within embracing fully life's fragile moments. Let this gentle ceremony reaffirm clearly our commitment to memory, growth, and aging, accepting softly all joys and sorrows life gently brings. Villagers listened respectfully, profoundly moved by Samuel's gentle wisdom. Walton approached carefully, placing softly on a small stone altar a carefully restored clock, the hands quietly moving, symbolizing permanently reclaimed time. Henry Aldridge stepped forward next gently, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Time measures life's precious moments, reminding clearly each instant is genuinely meaningful precisely because it passes. Let this clock represent gently yet profoundly our acceptance that life's true essence lies hidden softly within impermanence. By permanently reclaiming time, we embrace gently both joys and sorrows, memories and loss, accepting fully life's profound beauty. Villagers nodded softly, deeply reflective yet profoundly grateful. Abigail Foster carefully approached the altar next, placing softly a freshly baked loaf, symbolizing life's simple joys, deeply meaningful precisely because enjoyed within fleeting moments. Rupert Hayes gently placed a beloved book, quietly symbolizing knowledge, memories, and growth. Gifts profoundly meaningful because experienced gently within life's ephemeral nature. Margaret Walton approached softly, gently placing flowers freshly picked from her garden, delicate blossoms representing profoundly life's beautiful fragility, precious precisely because blooming briefly yet vividly. Each villager gently placed meaningful items symbolizing life's reclaimed essence, the altar becoming quietly yet profoundly filled with representations of memory, growth, aging, and life's beautiful impermanence. Samuel Fletcher carefully lit gently several small lanterns surrounding softly the altar, their flickering glow illuminating profoundly villagers' gentle offerings clearly. Samuel spoke again softly yet decisively. This gentle ritual reaffirms clearly our acceptance fully of life's profound truths. Peace exists genuinely within embracing life's fleeting moments, accepting softly memory, growth, aging, and life's beautiful fragility. Our timelessness, though comforting, robbed us gently yet profoundly of life's deepest meaning. Now, fully awakened, we quietly reclaim genuinely life's true beauty. Villagers stood silently, profoundly reflective, gently absorbing Samuel's quiet wisdom. Walton spoke next gently yet clearly, voice filled deeply with compassion. As we complete this gentle ritual tonight, let us carry deeply within ourselves clear remembrance that life's true meaning exists precisely within its impermanence. Each fleeting moment carries profound significance, genuinely meaningful because passing softly into memory. By reclaiming fully life's natural rhythm, we embrace gently, yet fully, life's beautiful fragility. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, profoundly moved yet deeply reflective. As twilight faded quietly into night, villagers stood softly around the altar beneath gentle starlight, quietly united in profound understanding, clearly reclaimed. Samuel Fletcher carefully lifted gently a small vial containing lake water, symbolizing profoundly Greendale's peaceful past yet clearly acknowledging the gentle cost of timelessness. He softly poured water gently onto the altar, quietly representing profound respect for their timeless peace, yet full acceptance clearly of life's fragile nature. Henry Aldridge, deeply moved, spoke gently yet decisively, voice clearly articulating villagers' quiet realization. Our timeless peace carried gently yet undeniably profound costs, robbing us subtly yet deeply of life's true essence. This gentle ritual permanently marks our clear understanding life's true meaning exists precisely within impermanence. We reclaim gently yet fully life's beautiful fragility, quietly cherishing each fleeting moment deeply as life's genuine gift. Villagers nodded gently, profoundly grateful yet deeply reflective. Abigail Foster softly spoke next, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Tonight, we permanently reclaim fully life's profound truths, accepting gently memory, aging, and growth, recognizing clearly timeless peace was comforting, yet incomplete. Life's true meaning lies hidden precisely within embracing fully each fragile, fleeting moment. We quietly yet profoundly awaken fully to life's beautiful fragility. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, deeply moved yet profoundly united. Walton spoke finally, voice gentle yet decisively clear. This gentle ritual symbolizes profoundly our permanent return fully to life's natural rhythm, quietly marking our clear acceptance. Life's true peace exists genuinely within impermanence. May we carry gently yet deeply within ourselves clear remembrance. Life's true beauty lies hidden softly within embracing fully life's fragile, fleeting moments. As the ritual concluded quietly beneath gentle starlight, villagers dispersed softly, yet profoundly reflective, quietly cherishing fully life's reclaimed meaning. Abigail Foster returned gently homeward, deeply grateful, reclaiming permanently life's beautiful fragility. Margaret Walton stood quietly in her garden beneath gentle stars, profoundly moved yet deeply content, embracing fully life's reclaimed rhythm. Rupert Hayes privately reflected gently yet profoundly, recognizing clearly life's true peace existed precisely within impermanence, quietly cherishing each fleeting moment deeply as life's genuine gift. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes, gently reflecting deep gratitude, smiled softly, profoundly grateful, witnessing Greendale quietly awaken fully, reclaiming genuinely life's true beauty. Mayor Walton and Henry Aldridge stood quietly beneath moonlight, deeply moved witnessing villagers gently reclaiming fully life's profound truths. Walton spoke softly yet decisively, voice clearly articulating villagers' profound realization. Tonight, Greendale permanently reclaimed fully life's true essence, recognizing clearly peace exists genuinely within embracing fully life's fragile, fleeting moments. Our timelessness, though gently comforting, carried profoundly subtle yet undeniable costs. We've now quietly awakened fully, reclaiming genuinely life's true beauty. Henry nodded gently, profoundly grateful witnessing villagers gently reclaim life's true meaning clearly. They've discovered clearly life's true peace lies hidden precisely within impermanence, embracing gently yet fully each fragile, fleeting moment. Together, beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale rested softly yet profoundly transformed, having gently yet permanently reclaimed fully life's beautiful fragility hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. The gentle completion of the ritual of restoration had profoundly united Greendale, quietly marking their permanent return to the rhythms of life, memory, and time. Yet, before fully embracing their reclaimed existence, the villagers agreed carefully to spend one final day quietly celebrating and reflecting upon the peaceful eternity they were gently leaving behind. This final timeless day would allow them to honor deeply the tranquility that, though incomplete, had softly protected them for generations. Villagers awoke softly the next morning, deeply aware it was their last day suspended gently beyond time's reach. The air felt quietly profound, as if the village itself understood gently the significance of this final, eternal moment. Mayor Walton invited everyone to gather peacefully in the square beneath gentle sunlight, softly suggesting they spend this day quietly cherishing the timeless peace they'd gently known, reflecting profoundly upon the transformation ahead. Abigail Foster decided gently to spend the morning quietly baking, savoring deeply the timeless rhythm she'd grown accustomed to. Each loaf baked softly, unhurried by clock or calendar, quietly embodying the peaceful eternity Greendale had long cherished. Margaret Walton tended her garden gently, appreciating deeply the ageless blossoms, profoundly grateful for years spent quietly in timeless tranquility. Rupert Hayes opened the library softly, inviting villagers to visit gently, spending quiet moments among beloved books. Villagers read calmly, each page turned softly without urgency, quietly reflecting deeply on the peaceful eternity they were gently leaving behind. Samuel Fletcher, observing villagers quietly cherishing this final timeless day, felt profoundly moved, understanding deeply their need to softly honor the tranquility they'd gently known. As afternoon unfolded gently, villagers spontaneously gathered quietly by the lake's peaceful edge, softly reflecting beneath gentle sunlight. Conversations emerged naturally, villagers quietly sharing memories, gently remembered, and softly discussing the profound beauty hidden deeply within the timeless peace they'd long enjoyed. Abigail Foster spoke softly yet clearly, voice gently reflecting deep appreciation. This timelessness was quietly comforting, no worries, no aging, peaceful yet incomplete. Today, I deeply cherish gently the tranquility we softly shared, understanding fully its quiet beauty, even as we now prepare gently yet firmly to reclaim life's deeper meaning. Margaret Walton nodded gently, speaking softly yet profoundly sincere. Our peaceful eternity quietly protected us from sorrow, yet subtly robbed us of life's profound joys. Today, we honor deeply the gentle tranquility we knew, even as we embrace clearly life's true beauty, hidden softly within time's natural rhythm. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly united. Rupert Hayes spoke next, voice calm yet gently decisive. This timeless piece, though incomplete, quietly offered genuine comfort. Let us spend this day softly cherishing its gentle tranquility, reflecting profoundly upon what it quietly taught us about life's true essence. Tomorrow, we reclaim fully life's beautiful fragility. Samuel Fletcher gently nodded, speaking softly yet clearly. Today, we quietly honor the timeless peace that softly protected Greendale, understanding deeply its subtle beauty. Yet tomorrow, we fully reclaim life's deeper meaning, hidden gently within embracing memory, growth, and aging. As villagers quietly reflected deeply by the peaceful lake, Mayor Walton gently suggested they spend the remainder of this final eternal day simply and profoundly, sharing meals, laughter, quiet conversations, genuinely cherishing deeply the timeless tranquility they gently knew. Families gathered softly, sharing simple yet meaningful moments, meals enjoyed without hurry, laughter gently unbounded by clock or schedule. Friends quietly reunited beneath gentle sunlight, profoundly appreciating deep connections softly built during timeless years. Children played gently, unburdened quietly by urgency, their carefree laughter profoundly embodying the peaceful eternity Greendale gently honored. As twilight gently painted the sky with soft colors, villagers returned quietly to the square, gathering softly beneath gentle stars for one final timeless evening. Walton spoke gently yet clearly, voice filled deeply with compassion. Today, we've softly cherished the peaceful eternity that gently protected Greendale. This timeless peace quietly offered genuine comfort, yet subtly robbed us of life's profound beauty. Tomorrow, we fully reclaim life's deeper meaning, hidden gently within embracing memory, aging, and growth. Tonight, we quietly honor deeply the tranquility we've known, profoundly grateful for lessons gently learned. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly united. Henry Aldridge, deeply moved, stepped forward softly, voice gentle yet profoundly sincere. Your timeless peace carried subtle yet undeniable costs, quietly robbing life softly of its deepest meaning. Yet today profoundly revealed clearly the gentle beauty within the tranquility you softly shared. Tomorrow, you fully reclaim life's true essence, profoundly embracing gently each fleeting moment deeply as life's genuine gift. Villagers nodded gently, deeply grateful yet quietly reflective. Samuel Fletcher spoke finally, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Today profoundly honored the timeless peace Greendale softly knew. Peaceful yet incomplete. Tomorrow, you reclaim fully life's deeper meaning, quietly embracing memory, aging, and life's beautiful fragility. Tonight, cherish deeply the gentle tranquility you softly shared, profoundly grateful for its quiet lessons. As villagers gently dispersed homeward beneath moonlight, each carried profound gratitude deeply within their hearts, quietly cherishing the final timeless moments Greendale gently offered. Abigail Foster softly closed her bakery, profoundly reflective, understanding deeply the quiet beauty hidden softly within timeless peace, yet fully ready to embrace life's deeper meaning. Margaret Walton gently stood quietly in her garden beneath gentle stars, profoundly grateful for timeless tranquility, softly enjoyed yet quietly prepared fully to reclaim life's beautiful fragility. Rupert Hayes privately reflected deeply, understanding profoundly the gentle peace timelessness quietly offered, yet fully recognizing clearly life's true meaning lay hidden gently within embracing memory, aging, and growth. Mayor Walton, standing softly beside Margaret beneath gentle moonlight, spoke gently, yet decisively, voice clearly articulating profound realization quietly reached by villagers. Tonight profoundly marks Greendale's final timeless moment. Tomorrow, we reclaim fully life's deeper meaning, quietly embracing memory, aging, and growth. Our timeless peace, though comforting, quietly carried profound costs, subtly robbing life softly of its true beauty. We've now profoundly awakened fully, understanding clearly life's deepest meaning lies hidden gently within embracing fully each fragile, fleeting moment. Together, beneath gentle stars, Greendale rested softly yet profoundly reflective, cherishing deeply this final timeless day spent gently honoring the quiet tranquility, softly shared, profoundly prepared, fully to reclaim life's true essence, hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. Dawn gently broke over Greendale, softly illuminating rooftops, gardens, and streets with warm, golden light. Yet today felt profoundly different. Villagers awoke quietly, yet fully aware of a subtle yet unmistakable shift. Time, once gently suspended, now moved steadily, clearly forward. This morning marked the true, permanent restoration of life's natural rhythm, memories, and aging, quietly embraced by Greendale with gentle resolve and profound gratitude. Mayor Walton stood softly by his window, deeply thoughtful, understanding clearly the profound responsibility he carried in guiding villagers gently yet firmly into their reclaimed existence. Margaret Walton quietly approached, placing softly a reassuring hand upon his shoulder, profoundly aware of the gentle weight her husband carried. "They're ready," Margaret spoke gently, voice calm yet deeply sincere. "Greendale fully understands clearly the beautiful fragility they've reclaimed. This is the right path." Walton nodded softly, profoundly grateful for Margaret's gentle reassurance, quietly prepared fully to guide villagers carefully into life's reclaimed rhythm. Villagers gathered gently in the square beneath soft morning sunlight, profoundly aware this day quietly symbolized their permanent embrace of memory, aging, growth, and life's beautiful fragility. Walton spoke gently yet decisively, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. "Today profoundly marks Greendale's true awakening, quietly reclaiming fully life's natural rhythm. Our timeless peace, though comforting, carried subtle yet profound costs, robbing life gently yet undeniably of its deepest meaning. We've now fully reclaimed life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within embracing memory, aging, growth, and each fleeting moment genuinely cherished." Villagers nodded softly, deeply reflective yet profoundly content. Samuel Fletcher stepped forward softly, ancient eyes gently reflecting deep gratitude, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Life's true peace exists genuinely within impermanence. Each fleeting moment carries profound meaning precisely because it passes quietly into memory. Greendale now fully understands clearly this gentle truth, permanently embracing life's beautiful fragility, quietly cherishing each moment deeply as life's genuine gift. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly united. Abigail Foster spoke next gently, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. "Today, we fully reclaim life's natural rhythm, memory, aging, growth. Our peaceful eternity quietly offered genuine comfort, yet subtly robbed us profoundly of life's deepest meaning. Now, fully awakened, we genuinely cherish deeply life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within each fleeting moment." Margaret Walton nodded gently, profoundly moved, speaking softly yet clearly. "Our timelessness was gently comforting yet incomplete. Today, we reclaim fully life's deeper meaning, hidden softly within embracing memory, aging, and growth." Greendale quietly awakens fully, profoundly grateful understanding life's true essence lies precisely within impermanence. Villagers murmured softly, deeply reflective yet profoundly united. Rupert Hayes stepped forward gently, voice thoughtful yet clear. "Our gentle peace was quietly genuine yet subtly incomplete, robbing life profoundly of its deepest meaning. Today, Greendale genuinely reclaims life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within embracing fully memory, growth, and aging. Quietly understanding life's true peace lies precisely within impermanence." Villagers softly voiced gentle agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly content. Walton gently invited everyone to spend this day quietly yet profoundly embracing life's reclaimed rhythm, visiting friends, sharing memories, deeply cherishing each gentle moment genuinely experienced. Throughout the day, villagers quietly adjusted fully to life's reclaimed pace, deeply aware each moment now genuinely meaningful precisely because it passed softly into memory. Abigail Foster gently baked, profoundly savoring each loaf now deeply significant, genuinely grateful reclaiming life's true essence. Rupert Hayes warmly welcomed villagers to the library, deeply moved each quiet interaction now genuinely meaningful, quietly cherishing life's reclaimed rhythm. Margaret Walton gently tended her garden, profoundly aware each blossom now genuinely precious, precisely because blooming briefly, yet vividly, genuinely grateful reclaiming life's deeper meaning. Samuel Fletcher quietly observed villagers gently embracing life's reclaimed rhythm, profoundly grateful witnessing Greendale fully awaken genuinely to life's true beauty. As daylight gently faded into soft twilight, Villagers gathered quietly once more beneath the ancient oak, deeply reflective, yet profoundly grateful. Walton spoke gently yet clearly, voice profoundly compassionate. Today profoundly marked Greendale's true awakening, quietly reclaiming life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within embracing memory, aging, and growth. Our timeless peace, though comforting, quietly robbed us profoundly of life's true essence. We've now fully reclaimed genuinely life's deeper meaning, hidden softly within impermanence. Villagers murmured gently in quiet agreement, profoundly reflective yet deeply content. Henry Aldridge stepped forward softly, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Your peaceful eternity carried subtle yet undeniable costs, quietly robbing life gently yet profoundly of its true beauty. Today profoundly revealed clearly life's genuine meaning lies precisely within impermanence. Greendale now fully understands life's true peace exists genuinely within, embracing fully each fleeting moment, deeply cherished. Villagers softly nodded, deeply reflective yet profoundly united. Samuel Fletcher spoke finally, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Today profoundly marked Greendale's gentle yet true awakening. Our timeless peace, though comforting, quietly robbed life subtly yet profoundly of its true essence. Now, fully awakened, Greendale genuinely cherishes life's beautiful fragility, hidden softly within embracing fully memory, growth, aging, and each fleeting moment profoundly meaningful precisely because passing quietly into memory. Villagers gently dispersed homeward beneath soft moonlight, deeply reflective yet profoundly content, genuinely grateful, reclaiming life's deeper meaning, hidden gently within impermanence. Abigail Foster softly closed her bakery, profoundly grateful, reclaiming life's true essence, genuinely cherished within each fleeting moment, deeply meaningful. Margaret Walton stood gently in her garden beneath gentle stars, profoundly moved, embracing life's reclaimed rhythm, genuinely meaningful precisely because moments passed softly, yet vividly into memory. Rupert Hayes privately reflected deeply yet profoundly content, recognizing clearly life's true peace existed precisely within embracing, gently yet fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden softly within each fleeting moment, genuinely meaningful. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes gently reflecting profound gratitude, smiled softly, genuinely grateful, witnessing Greendale quietly reclaim life's true beauty, fully embraced. Mayor Walton stood softly beside Margaret beneath gentle moonlight, speaking gently yet decisively, voice clearly articulating villagers' profound realization. Today genuinely marked Greendale's true awakening, reclaiming fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within embracing memory, aging, growth, and life's profound impermanence. Our peaceful eternity carried subtle yet profound costs, robbing life gently yet undeniably of its true beauty. We've now fully reclaimed life's deeper meaning, hidden softly within each fleeting moment, genuinely cherished. Together, beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale rested softly yet profoundly transformed, having genuinely reclaimed fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. Quietly understanding clearly, life's true peace existed genuinely within impermanence, embracing fully life's gentle, fleeting moments, deeply cherished as life's genuine gift. In the gentle days that followed Greendale's permanent return to the natural rhythm of life, the villagers quietly began adapting fully to the profound yet subtle changes brought by reclaimed time. Although they'd thoughtfully prepared, the practical realities of living again with memory, aging, and the steady progression of moments softly challenged them, prompting deep reflections and gentle adjustments. Mayor Walton quietly observed his community with compassionate eyes, recognizing clearly that while Greendale now fully embraced life's beautiful fragility, the return of memory and aging required profound yet gentle care. Villagers needed patient guidance as they softly navigated new feelings, memories, and emotions they'd not fully experienced for generations. Abigail Foster experienced gentle yet profound shifts in her bakery. With time's return, she found herself quietly adjusting to structured schedules, managing careful preparations, and recognizing clearly the necessity of punctuality. Yet within these new demands, Abigail discovered quietly a deeper appreciation for each loaf she baked. Now profoundly meaningful precisely because time measured gently each step, granting genuine significance to her work. Rupert Hayes similarly noticed quiet changes within the library. Villagers, aware again of limited hours, visited more thoughtfully yet frequently, deeply cherishing their time spent quietly among beloved books. Rupert gently found himself carefully managing library schedules, subtly ensuring villagers experienced meaningful, unrushed moments even within structured hours. Margaret Walton quietly adjusted to subtle shifts within her garden. Flowers now bloomed and faded gently yet visibly over days, profoundly reminding her clearly of life's gentle fragility. Though initially unsettling, Margaret soon genuinely appreciated these quiet reminders of life's deeper meaning hidden softly within impermanence. Each blossom, now deeply precious precisely because fleeting, became genuinely meaningful. Across Greendale, villagers gently navigated quiet yet profound adjustments. Friendships and relationships now carried deeper significance, gently shaped by memory, change, and aging. Conversations felt subtly richer, each word profoundly meaningful precisely because time moved gently forward, softly yet firmly guiding life's progression. Yet alongside gentle joys, villagers also softly experienced subtle yet undeniable sorrows. Memories, though genuinely precious, occasionally brought quiet pain, reminders of loved ones lost, moments past, opportunities gently missed. Aging, softly yet visibly returning, subtly reminded villagers clearly of life's inevitable end, quietly prompting profound reflections deeply felt. Samuel Fletcher, observing gently villagers' subtle challenges, spoke privately with Mayor Walton, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Life's true meaning carries profound beauty yet subtle pain. Memory brings genuine joy, yet quietly reminds us clearly of losses. Aging grants life's moments deeper significance, yet subtly reminds us clearly of life's fragility. Villagers must gently embrace these subtle truths, understanding clearly true peace exists genuinely within accepting fully life's beautiful fragility. Walton nodded softly, deeply thoughtful, understanding fully Samuel's gentle wisdom. Recognizing villagers needed quiet yet profound reassurance, Walton gently gathered everyone beneath the ancient oak, speaking softly yet decisively. We've reclaimed fully life's beautiful fragility, accepting gently yet profoundly memory, aging, and growth. Though these quietly bring subtle pain alongside genuine joy, life's deeper meaning exists precisely within embracing fully both. Let us gently support each other through these quiet adjustments, understanding clearly true peace exists genuinely within impermanence. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly comforted. Abigail Foster spoke next gently, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Though adjusting quietly to memory and aging softly challenges us, life's deeper meaning genuinely exists within precisely these experiences. Let us cherish deeply each moment, joyful or painful, as genuinely meaningful precisely because fleeting. Margaret Walton nodded gently, profoundly reflective, speaking softly yet clearly. Life's true peace exists gently within accepting fully its fragility. Though memory and aging quietly bring subtle sorrows, each moment becomes genuinely precious precisely because passing softly yet inevitably into memory. Villagers softly voiced quiet agreement, profoundly reflective yet deeply comforted. Rupert Hayes gently stepped forward, voice thoughtful yet clear. Our peaceful eternity quietly offered genuine comfort yet subtly robbed life profoundly of its deeper meaning. Now, fully awakened, we genuinely embrace life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within, embracing fully each fleeting moment, deeply cherished. Samuel Fletcher nodded gently, speaking finally, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Life's deeper meaning exists precisely within embracing fully memory, aging, growth, both joys and sorrows genuinely cherished as life's true essence. Let us gently support each other through these quiet adjustments, profoundly understanding clearly true peace exists genuinely within impermanence. Villagers gently dispersed homeward beneath soft moonlight, deeply reflective, yet profoundly comforted, genuinely grateful, reclaiming life's deeper meaning, hidden gently within impermanence. Abigail Foster softly closed her bakery, profoundly grateful, adjusting gently yet fully to life's reclaimed rhythm, deeply cherishing each loaf, genuinely meaningful precisely because baked within life's gentle impermanence. Margaret Walton quietly tended her garden beneath gentle stars, profoundly moved, adjusting gently yet fully to life's reclaimed rhythm, genuinely grateful, understanding life's true meaning, hidden softly within impermanence. Rupert Hayes privately reflected, deeply yet profoundly content, genuinely grateful villagers adjusted gently yet profoundly to life's beautiful fragility. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes, gently reflecting profound gratitude, smiled softly, genuinely grateful, witnessing villagers quietly adjusting fully to life's reclaimed meaning, genuinely cherished within each fleeting moment, deeply meaningful precisely because passing softly yet vividly into memory. Mayor Walton stood softly beside Margaret beneath gentle moonlight, speaking gently yet decisively, voice clearly articulating villagers' profound realization. Though reclaiming fully life's beautiful fragility quietly challenges us, life's deeper meaning genuinely exists within embracing fully memory, aging, growth, both joys and sorrows genuinely cherished as life's true essence. Greendale now profoundly understands clearly true peace exists gently within impermanence, embracing fully life's gentle, fleeting moments, deeply cherished. Together, beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale rested softly yet profoundly transformed, having genuinely reclaimed fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace, quietly understanding clearly life's true peace existed genuinely within impermanence, embracing fully life's gentle, fleeting moments deeply cherished as life's genuine gift. As Greendale gently settled into its reclaimed rhythm, quietly embracing memory, aging, and growth, villagers softly began reflecting profoundly upon their peaceful eternity, understanding clearly its subtle yet profound impact on their lives. Although they genuinely cherished life's beautiful fragility, villagers recognized fully the gentle lessons their timelessness had quietly offered, deciding carefully to honor and remember deeply the tranquility they once softly shared. Mayor Walton, understanding clearly villagers' gentle desire to preserve memories of their timeless past, suggested carefully establishing a quiet space dedicated profoundly to remembering their peaceful eternity. Villagers warmly embraced the idea, deeply appreciating the thoughtful gesture that gently honored their shared history and quietly reminded them clearly of life's deeper truths. Near the lake, beneath soft shade provided gently by ancient trees, villagers carefully created a small, peaceful garden, intentionally simple yet profoundly meaningful. At its center stood softly a large, gently weathered stone, carefully engraved with quiet words, honoring deeply Greendale's peaceful eternity. Here, we remember the timeless peace that gently protected Greendale. Though subtly incomplete, it quietly taught us profoundly life's deeper meaning lies hidden gently within embracing fully each fleeting moment, genuinely cherished. Surrounding gently the stone, villagers carefully planted flowers, chosen softly for their quiet symbolism. White lilies gently represented eternal peace. Forget-me-nots quietly symbolized profound remembrance. Marigolds softly expressed deep appreciation for life's beautiful fragility. Villagers genuinely appreciated quietly this gentle memorial, deeply reflective yet profoundly comforted, knowing their peaceful eternity was quietly honored and remembered. Abigail Foster visited gently the memorial garden often, profoundly reflective as she softly sat beneath gentle trees, quietly cherishing memories, genuinely meaningful precisely because fleeting. Margaret Walton softly tended the garden with quiet dedication, gently nurturing blossoms profoundly symbolic of timeless tranquility and life's reclaimed meaning. Rupert Hayes gently brought books occasionally, reading softly yet profoundly beneath gentle shade, genuinely grateful the peaceful eternity was quietly remembered and honored. Samuel Fletcher visited gently yet frequently, ancient eyes profoundly reflective, quietly observing villagers deeply moved, honoring gently their peaceful past, while genuinely embracing fully life's reclaimed fragility. He softly spoke privately with Walton, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Honoring our peaceful eternity quietly reminds us clearly life's deeper truths. Though timelessness gently robbed us subtly of genuine meaning, it quietly offered profound lessons. Remembering deeply yet gently ensures villagers cherish fully life's beautiful fragility, genuinely meaningful precisely because fleeting. Walton nodded softly, profoundly grateful for Samuel's gentle wisdom. Gathering villagers beneath gentle twilight, Walton spoke softly, yet decisively. Our peaceful eternity, though subtly incomplete, quietly protected. Greendale profoundly, gently teaching us life's deeper meaning, genuinely exists within embracing. Fully each fleeting moment deeply cherished. This quiet memorial garden profoundly ensures we remember deeply yet gently the subtle lessons timelessness softly offered. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, profoundly reflective yet deeply comforted. Abigail Foster spoke gently, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Our peaceful eternity quietly carried profound lessons, teaching us gently life's true meaning genuinely exists precisely within impermanence. Let this garden softly remind us clearly of tranquility, gently cherished yet genuinely incomplete, ensuring we deeply embrace fully life's beautiful fragility. Margaret Walton nodded gently, profoundly reflective, speaking softly yet clearly. Though timeless peace was quietly comforting, it subtly robbed life gently yet profoundly of genuine meaning. Remembering deeply yet gently ensures villagers cherish life's deeper truths, hidden softly within embracing fully each fleeting moment genuinely meaningful precisely because passing quietly into memory. Villagers softly voiced quiet agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly comforted. Rupert Hayes gently stepped forward, voice thoughtful yet clear. Our timelessness quietly offered genuine comfort, yet subtly robbed life profoundly of deeper meaning. This garden gently reminds us clearly of peaceful eternity, quietly cherished yet genuinely incomplete, ensuring villagers profoundly embrace life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within each fleeting moment, genuinely meaningful. Samuel Fletcher nodded gently, speaking finally, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Life's deeper meaning genuinely exists precisely within embracing fully memory, aging, growth. Both joys and sorrows profoundly meaningful precisely because fleeting. Let this garden quietly remind villagers clearly life's true peace exists gently within impermanence, genuinely cherishing each moment deeply as life's true gift. Villagers gently dispersed homeward beneath soft moonlight, deeply reflective yet profoundly comforted, genuinely grateful for the quiet memorial garden, profoundly reminding them gently yet clearly life's deeper truths hidden softly within impermanence. Abigail Foster softly closed her bakery, profoundly grateful. Timeless tranquility was gently remembered, yet genuinely embracing life's reclaimed fragility. Margaret Walton quietly tended the memorial garden beneath gentle stars, profoundly moved, remembering deeply, yet gently timeless peace, softly cherished, genuinely grateful, reclaiming life's deeper meaning, hidden softly within impermanence. Rupert Hayes privately reflected deeply, yet profoundly content, genuinely grateful timelessness, quietly honored, yet clearly understanding life's true meaning, existed precisely within embracing, gently yet fully life's beautiful fragility. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes gently reflecting profound gratitude, smiled softly, genuinely grateful witnessing villagers quietly yet profoundly honoring their peaceful eternity, genuinely embracing life's true beauty, hidden softly within impermanence. Mayor Walton stood softly beside Margaret beneath gentle moonlight, speaking gently yet decisively, voice clearly articulating villagers' profound realization. Our peaceful eternity quietly offered genuine comfort, yet subtly robbed life gently, yet profoundly of its deeper meaning. This garden profoundly ensures we gently remember timeless tranquility, quietly cherished, yet genuinely incomplete, profoundly embracing fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden gently within impermanence. Together, beneath gentle moonlight, Greendale rested softly yet profoundly reflective, genuinely grateful. Timeless peace was gently remembered, yet profoundly embracing life's deeper meaning, hidden softly within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. Villagers profoundly understood clearly life's true peace genuinely existed precisely within impermanence, embracing fully life's gentle, fleeting moments, genuinely cherished as life's true, profound gift. As Greendale gently settled into its reclaimed rhythm, villagers quietly but profoundly embraced the deeper truths they'd learned through their timeless journey. Although peaceful eternity had quietly protected them, its subtle incompleteness had genuinely taught Greendale life's true essence lies precisely within embracing fully each fleeting moment, memory, and gentle passage of time. The village, softly transformed by these profound lessons, now clearly understood true peace existed genuinely within impermanence. Months gently passed, quietly but visibly marking Greendale with subtle yet meaningful changes. Villagers carefully measured moments now, genuinely grateful for each subtle shift. Abigail Foster quietly celebrated each successful bake. Profoundly grateful loaves were now genuinely meaningful precisely because time measured softly her efforts. Rupert Hayes genuinely appreciated quiet interactions, deeply cherishing conversations, now profoundly meaningful precisely because occurring gently within life's ephemeral nature. Margaret Walton quietly embraced aging softly yet visibly, genuinely grateful life's gentle progression profoundly reminded her clearly of the deeper meaning hidden softly within impermanence. Mayor Walton, quietly guiding Greendale with gentle wisdom, observed villagers profoundly cherishing life's reclaimed rhythm, genuinely grateful witnessing Greendale quietly embrace life's beautiful fragility fully. One quiet afternoon, villagers gently gathered beneath the ancient oak, softly reflective yet profoundly content, genuinely grateful. Greendale's peaceful eternity had profoundly taught them life's deeper meaning genuinely existed precisely within impermanence. Mayor Walton spoke softly yet decisively, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Our peaceful eternity quietly protected us profoundly, gently teaching Greendale life's true meaning genuinely exists within, embracing fully each fleeting moment, deeply cherished. We've now quietly yet profoundly transformed, genuinely grateful understanding life's deeper truths hidden softly within impermanence. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, profoundly reflective yet deeply content. Abigail Foster stepped forward gently, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Though timeless peace quietly offered genuine comfort, it subtly robbed life profoundly of genuine meaning. Greendale now fully understands clearly life's true essence, genuinely exists precisely within, embracing fully memory, aging, growth, genuinely cherishing each fleeting moment, deeply meaningful precisely because passing softly into memory. Margaret. Walton nodded gently, profoundly reflective, speaking softly yet clearly. Our timelessness quietly offered genuine tranquility, yet gently robbed life subtly yet profoundly of deeper meaning. Greendale genuinely cherishes fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden softly within embracing memory, aging, and growth. Clearly understanding life's true peace genuinely exists precisely within impermanence. Villagers softly voiced quiet agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly content. Rupert Hayes gently stepped forward, voice thoughtful yet clear. Our peaceful eternity quietly protected us, yet subtly robbed life profoundly of genuine meaning. Greendale now genuinely understands life's deeper truths, profoundly embracing fully life's beautiful fragility, genuinely meaningful precisely because moments pass softly, yet vividly, into memory. Samuel Fletcher gently nodded, speaking finally, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Life's deeper meaning genuinely exists precisely within embracing fully impermanence. Greendale now profoundly cherishes life's true peace, hidden softly within memory, aging, growth, genuinely cherishing each fleeting moment, deeply meaningful precisely because passing quietly into memory. Villagers gently dispersed homeward beneath soft twilight, deeply reflective yet profoundly content, genuinely grateful. Greendale quietly embraced life's deeper meaning, hidden softly within impermanence. Abigail Foster softly closed her bakery. Profoundly grateful, life's reclaimed rhythm genuinely reminded her clearly each loaf was deeply meaningful precisely because time measured softly her efforts. Margaret Walton gently tended her garden beneath gentle stars. Profoundly moved, life's reclaimed rhythm genuinely reminded her clearly each blossom was deeply precious, precisely because blooming briefly yet vividly. Genuinely grateful, understanding life's true meaning hidden softly within impermanence. Rupert Hayes privately reflected deeply yet profoundly content. Genuinely grateful, Greendale quietly yet profoundly embraced life's beautiful fragility hidden gently within impermanence. Samuel Fletcher, ancient eyes gently reflecting profound gratitude, smiled softly. Genuinely grateful, witnessing Greendale quietly embrace life's true beauty fully understood genuinely within impermanence. Years gently passed, quietly yet profoundly shaping Greendale with life's natural progression genuinely cherished. Memories deeply meaningful, friendships profoundly significant, villagers genuinely grateful, understanding life's true peace genuinely existed precisely within impermanence. Embracing fully life's gentle, fleeting moments genuinely cherished as life's profound gift. One gentle evening, decades softly after reclaiming life's rhythm, villagers gathered quietly by the memorial garden near the lake, softly reflective yet profoundly content. Mayor Walton, now softly aged, spoke gently yet decisively, voice clearly articulating villagers' profound realization, genuinely understood. Our peaceful eternity quietly protected, Greendale profoundly, gently teaching life's true meaning genuinely exists within embracing fully each fleeting moment deeply cherished. We've genuinely transformed profoundly, understanding clearly life's true peace genuinely exists precisely within impermanence, genuinely cherishing each moment deeply as life's true gift. Villagers softly voiced quiet agreement, profoundly reflective yet deeply content. Abigail Foster, softly aged yet profoundly grateful, spoke gently, voice calm yet profoundly sincere. Greendale genuinely understands life's true essence, genuinely exists precisely within impermanence. Each fleeting moment genuinely meaningful precisely because passing softly yet vividly into memory. Profoundly cherishing life's deeper meaning, genuinely embraced. Margaret Walton gently nodded, profoundly reflective, speaking softly yet clearly. Our timelessness quietly offered genuine tranquility, yet subtly robbed life profoundly of genuine meaning. Greendale now genuinely cherishes life's beautiful fragility, hidden softly within embracing memory, aging, and growth, clearly understanding life's true peace genuinely exists precisely within impermanence. Villagers murmured softly in gentle agreement, deeply reflective yet profoundly content. Rupert Hayes, now softly aged yet genuinely grateful, gently stepped forward, voice thoughtful yet clear. Our peaceful eternity quietly protected Greendale yet subtly robbed life profoundly of genuine meaning. Now, fully awakened, we genuinely cherish life's deeper truths, hidden softly within embracing fully memory, aging, growth, genuinely cherishing each fleeting moment, deeply meaningful precisely because passing quietly into memory. Samuel Fletcher, softly aged yet profoundly grateful, spoke finally, voice gentle yet profoundly wise. Life's deeper meaning genuinely exists precisely within embracing fully impermanence. Greendale now profoundly cherishes life's true peace, hidden softly within memory, aging, growth, genuinely cherishing each fleeting moment deeply meaningful precisely because passing softly yet vividly into memory. Together, beneath gentle moonlight. Greendale rested softly yet profoundly transformed, having genuinely embraced fully life's beautiful fragility, hidden deeply within time's gentle, ever-changing embrace. Quietly understanding clearly life's true peace genuinely existed precisely within impermanence, embracing fully life's gentle, fleeting moments deeply cherished as life's genuine, profound gift.